Aunt Jean. Just trying to keep my head on straight.
Yep, I told that lady at the coffee shop to just give me the whole dang coffee pot.
Yep, how are you, Aunt Jean?
Struggling. Girl, I don't feel confident using this fancy Loom, Zoom, whatever it is. Working remotely, honey, for Aunt Jean just feels so different than working in that office.
Have you thought about taking an improv class?
Child, now why would you think I would do that? I need help at work. I'm funny enough as it is. Right?
Yeah, of course, you are certainly funny, Aunt Jean. But improv classes can help develop other skills. Improv can help folks build confidence or just be better public speakers.
Girl, I'm a working woman. I do not have time for a full 8-week class.
You don't have to. The new training center blueprint allows you to take 1, 2, 3, or even all 8 classes. If you only have time to take 1 2-hour class, then you can sign up for that one. You can also bundle your classes and save money.
Well, I do need more help. Plus, I have some hilarious jokes to share. Have you heard
that classes start February 22nd and that folks should sign up ASAP if they want to reserve their spot?
See, your mama didn't raise you right. Interrupting your elders.
What did you say, Aunt Jean?
Nothing, child. Where do I sign up?
Well, Aunt Jean, just head to cscchicago.com. If you're still unsure, you can always schedule a time to chat with someone from the training center to help you figure out the best path.
Okay, honey, I gotta find my glasses that I lost again. I'll see you in class, okay?
See you in class, Aunt Jean.
Hey, my name's Jesse Gomez, host of the upcoming movie trivia game show, Person, Place, Thing. It premieres Thursday, April 15th at 7 p.m. on the Comedysportz Twitch channel. My best friend Carlos Diaz created the game, and my buddy Miguel Lepe Jr. wrote it. And each week, I'm going to invite 2 contestants to test their movie knowledge. And you can play along at home as well. We'll give you the person, a place, and a thing from a movie, and you've got to come up with the title.
Hi, I'm Allie Vollmer, and I'm the host of the newest show, CSZN Squares. We'll take 9 crazy characters and trap them on a tic-tac-toe board where they have to answer trivia questions. And our 2 contestants will have to determine, are our characters telling the truth or are they lying? And the contestant with the most points wins. It's simple. It's stupid. It's CSZN Squares. You'll find us Thursdays at 8 o'clock following Person, Place, Thing, only on CSZN Chicago.
Oh, hey there. I was just playing some nighttime jazz here in Chicago. Speaking of nighttime, late night is our favorite new nighttime time of night. We have brand new shows for subscribers only, airing right after our 9:30 match. They're old throwbacks of classic 70s game shows like Super Password, $10,000 Pyramid, Card Sharks, and more. Tune in every Saturday directly after the 9:30 p.m. Comedysportz match and make sure you're a subscriber so you can take a spin of the late night roulette. in 20 years.
Hello, Gladys. Gladys Pumpernickel. It's me, Nana Hannah.
You want my Nana.
Hmm?
Hannah, you're not my Nana. You're just Hannah.
Oh, you're such a stinker, Gladys Pumpernickel. My fans on the Twitch call me Nana Hannah. It's my stage nom.
Oh, you have fans?
On the Twitch.
You have Twitch?
I bet you need me to tell you what a Twitch is. Well, here's how it all started.
No. I'm Pumpernickel Up the Jams 42. I stream NBA 2K.
Oh, Gladys. How wonderful for you and your family.
What do you stream on Twitch?
Comedysportz.
Is that an MMORPG? Or is it more of a battle royale situation?
Gladys Pumpernickel, I have no idea what you're saying right now, and I have the right mind to go get an old priest and a new priest and march right over there to bring you some of my world-famous salmon bread, of course.
Oh, I do love your salmon bread.
Anyway, Comedysportz is improv comedy, and my adorable grandson and online winner Jason sometimes plays and tries to make funny voices and characters. It's so much fun. There's barns burning and people speaking in tongues. It's a real gas.
Sounds like a real hoot.
It's a humdinger of a good time.
Sounds like a real rap.
Shenanigans.
Is it quite the bee's knees?
A real hullabaloo.
Oh, the cat's pajamas.
It's a fiasco.
Well, that's a real bowl of spicy salsa.
Jazz. Yes. That's enough, Gladys Pumpernickel.
Oh, well, I'll connect my Prime account right away so I can get them some subscription money.
Gladys, are you a robot?
No, I just mean when you connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, the account you subscribe to gets some funds, to help them operate.
Oh, and I have to pay for that, yes?
Hannah Bananasworth, do you know nothing?
No. And I have never heard my last name until now.
If you have an Amazon Prime account, then you can connect to Twitch for free. It's like a little tiny donation to the theater.
Oh,
Hello, loyal fans. Welcome to Comedysportz on this. It is Saturday, 7:30. It's definitely the 15th of May. Yeah, you are here, and we are kicking off another great night of Comedysportz right here on CSCN Chicago. I want to know who is here. I want to know who you are. First of all, I should tell you who I am. My name is Heather Scholl. I will be your announcer and guide throughout this match tonight. So I want to know who you are. I want to know if you have been here before or if you are joining us tonight for the first time here on the Comedysportz Network. I'm going to set up a poll. Who is new here? And you're going to be able to vote just above the chat. All right, that poll is going above the chat where you see all these wonderful messages coming in. You can vote who's new here, me or not me. If you click not me, that means you are a loyal fan. For this particular poll, you can vote one time just so we know who our new fans are. But in another poll later on in the match, because we're going to use this tool a lot, you can vote many more times by using your Comedysportz channel points. And you get those points just by being here. So many things for free. What are you about to see? What are we going to do? Comedysportz. Everything you're going to see is going to be fully improvised from our performers tonight. We aren't doing comedy about sports, but we are doing comedy played as a sport. You're going to see two teams going head to head, very special teams tonight, I might add, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And you have a referee because it wouldn't be a sport without an officiant of some sort with a whistle, making sure that we keep things on track. All right, that poll has ended, and I see that we have 89% loyal fans returning, but we have a couple of new people here tonight. So thank you so much joining us for the first time tonight. And guess what? Because you're here, you are now a loyal fan. It's just that easy. You just had to show up once and we like you. So keep coming back. You know, it's cool. Anyway, that's who you are. That's who I am. That's what we're about to see tonight. What else? Who else might be watching? The great thing about Comedysportz is anyone can watch. We are a show for all ages. And that means we want to keep things nice and friendly and fun. And we want to keep the chat clean. So the things that you type in there, be mindful. We do have a robot in the interwebs, making sure that you don't say anything that's going to toe that line. But for our players on screen, we also have what we call the out of bounds foul. If they say something that steps over that line, the ref can blow their whistle, call the out of bounds foul, and that player may lose points depending on the severity of that foul. So leave the clever and funny stuff to us on the screen. If our players mess it up because they are making it up, there are consequences. Okay, what else do we need to know? How are we going to do this improv? Well, we require some suggestions from you, the loyal fans. You're going to use the chat. You're already in there. I see so many wonderful conversations going on and friends catching up. Also, shout out to Kate Wiersma for gifting a sub. Thank you for more subscribers. But in the chat right now, I would love for you to give me some suggestions. I'm going to give you 2 possible things to type in the chat. I would love things. I'm really missing travel. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. So tell me things that you would do while you're traveling. Go to the beach, take some photos, things like that. Some activities that you do while traveling. The other prompt I'll give you, it is Hars's birthday today. What's something that you think Hars would do? Activities that you think Hars would do. Put those in the chat. And if you don't know Hars, that's okay. You're about to meet him. Okay, so we're getting some great suggestions coming in there. We're about to get to the match. A few more things I want to tell you, especially for our new loyal fans, to orient them with what's happening on Twitch. You've got the chat, you've got the polls, you've got channel points. If you scroll down below the video, there's also some about us information about Comedysportz Chicago. You can find out our schedule, classes, chat rules, merchandise, and there's also a link to our website and our resource guide. The community resource guide is really important. We keep it consistently updated with ways that we continue to give back and learn about different communities here in Chicago and around the world. And it also has links for how you can support Black Lives Matter, the AAPI communities, and LGBTQIA. So check that out. Let us know if you have questions, and let's all keep learning together. Whew. Okay, I think that's just about everything I need to tell you to get you ready for what you're about to see. I mentioned it is a very special match tonight because it is continuing our Comedysportz Chicago crossover weekend with performers from our rec league, minor league, and ensemble all together on the teams tonight. I'm gonna go in the green room, I'm gonna get them ready, and I need you to buckle your seatbelts for Comedysportz Saturday night. Loyal fans, that's right, it's time for another night of Comedysportz Chicago crossover event. Tonight, we have the Uptown Funk challenging your hometown team, the defending champions in blue, the downtown Chicago Bosses. Up first for the Uptown Funk from our rec league team, it's Isabella Weiss. You may have seen him before if you've ever tuned in to our Wednesday night minor league night. And if you haven't, you're missing out. Get to it. What are you doing? It's Matt Kidd! And your captain of the Uptown Funk, the meanest player around. It's your captain, Simon Collier. Now, make some noise, throw some 6s and 7s in the chat. That's how we applaud here on Comedysportz Network for your defending champions, the hometown team in blue, the downtown Chicago Bosses. Up first for the Bosses from another one of our wonderful rec league teams, it's Angelica Dabila. Now make some noise, more 6s and 7s for another wonderful player from our Comedysportz Chicago minor league. It's Christian Zerke. And finally, all of that virtual applause and birthday greetings for the birthday boy himself, riding that birthday train all the way into Comedysportz Town. It's your captain, Har Sonderricker. And I hope that you have been applauding so much your fingers should be tired from all the 6s and 7s in the chat, but you need to type more for your referee tonight. It's Bethany Remily.
Hello, Heather!
Hi, Bethany.
It's Saturday, it's payday, we're living large. How you doing, girl?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Weekend
Awesome.
so far. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. As Heather explained, I am the referee. I am in charge of this match. I time the games, I keep the match moving along. I can call the out of bounds foul. In fact, I could call a lot of fouls. Another one I want to mention tonight is that we're doing this online, and if there's a technical issue, I don't blame the tech, I blame the person, and that person will lose points from their all-important score. Because if we're not the Bill Gates for ourselves, then who will be? Think about that, Heather. Perfect. We're gonna have a great time in this match. I think let's go ahead and kick it off and give me my captains to the screen. Bum, 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 bum.
I think I missed an opportunity for a Windows joke. But
Oh.
that's why I'm announcing this show.
Bring it up later. We'll do a regular callback. It'll be like Windows 98. We'll just keep rebooting. Dab. Hello, captains. Welcome. Captain Hars, Captain Collier. Please greet each other. Thank you.
Hello.
Excellent.
We do.
Captain Hars, it's
Yes.
your birthday. Captain
It is.
Collier, I'm sorry to say it's not.
It's not.
But that doesn't mean you have the opportunity to go first in this. We do need to do a coin toss for fairness.
Great.
So, for this coin toss, I would like each of you to go into your apartment and pick out a birthday present for me. And whichever present I like best will win the points. Go!
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
Okay, this is
I'm
going to
not
be
gonna.
tricky.
I'll also say I'm not going to force them to give me this item, but if they do gift it to me because I like it,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
this is-
no.
I'm not sure what to expect here, because I feel like Simon is a really good gift giver, just
Yes.
like, on a guess, and then but I feel like Hars will have something really unique.
Okay, great, perfect. Hars, because it is your birthday, we'll give you the one advantage. Do you want to go first or second in this reveal?
I will go second.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Captain Collier, what do you have?
I like that Heather thinks I'm a good gift giver because I panicked and I grabbed these skeleton arm tongs.
Okay, I take it back.
It's very fun for.
But they are tongs. They're not just they're meant to be tongs.
They could just be arms, but I use them like they're tongs.
Toss
Okay.
a salad with
Okay, great. Hars, what do you have?
Before I get to your gift, Bethany,
Okay.
I would just like to say one thing. I have two gifts here from both the parents of Remley and the parents of Shoal. I have a wonderful knitted hat from Susan Remley and a train calendar from the Heather Shoal family that were given to me. But Bethany, for you, remember, I dog sit for Annie.
Yes.
And this might be maybe a little bit more of an Annie present when her and I come over, but it's a fresh can of cheese balls.
Ooh. Oh man, no.
You can toss those cheese balls with those skeleton tongs.
Let's see if Annie, you coming? Annie. She can't hear that. It's in my headphones. I'm sorry, Hars. That's an excellent gift, but I have to go with skeleton tongs. I don't know
Nice.
how anything beats what is a prop that is now being used in food service. Also, that's a beautiful hat. I have several. I recently learned my mother can make hats that fit other people's heads. The ones for me are just much larger. Anyway, she knows what I'm talking about. So, Captain Collier, caller, you get to challenge the bosses to this first game. What's it going to be?
Great. Well, I've been thinking about it, and after some consideration, I think we're going to go with try that on for size.
Excellent, Captain Hars. Do you accept?
Yeah, we're good with that.
Perfect. Did you actually just peel off the foil?
Yeah, you ain't getting it anymore.
Nope. Sorry. Beautiful. All right, captains, field your teams.
Team.
So for the game of Try That On for Size, we will have one player from each team and we will get an active activity from you all. So go ahead and put some active activities in the chat. Active means things that, we used to do before we all just sat on our couch and did Netflix. Things that we're expected to do again. And I'm a little concerned about that. So what they're going to do is they'll go back and forth doing that same active activity in the same motion, but they will be saying anything other than what that activity is. So if it were washing windows, it could also be being a vertical DJ, waving to an ex-boyfriend from a far distance because they're restraining order, anything like that. They will go back and forth, but if at one point a player says something that does not make sense for that activity, I will blow my whistle, tweet, tweet, and they will be off my screen. They will then rotate, and the team member that is the team with the most players remaining or the first team eliminated will not get points, and the other team will in fact get the points. There's a lot of ways they can also be eliminated other than not saying something that makes sense with that activity. If they start doing the action and it goes from washing a window to like, hello, I'm Dr. Strange, anything like that, off my screen. So let's get some fun activities here. Ooh, I like this. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take it back to my youth with this suggestion. I love this from Mark Wilder. It reminds me of Fiona Apple in My Emotions. I'm going to take shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is your suggestion. We have Christian versus Matt. We will start with the bosses with shadow boxing. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Begin.
I'm shadow boxing. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm putting Post-its on the wall. Try that on for size.
I'm playing hands with my dog. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm swatting flies. Try that on for size.
Refilling my refrigerator. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm trying to cross the street and get the police's attention. Try that on for size.
Want to see a magic trick? Card. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm doing jazzercise. Try that on for size.
Ooh, hot, no. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm just gonna put a little bit of stuff in the fridge. Try that on for size.
Christian, that was good, but I had to call you out on starting everything with, ooh, I'm doing that.
I was very excited to do everything right back
Ooh, a little bit in the fridge. Off my screen. Perfect, off my screen. Fair call.
Ooh, fair call.
It's like when we rap and we start with everything with, oh yeah. So I will institute, we'll call it the Ariana Grande foul. If you start everything with, ooh, I don't know if she does that, but that's what we're calling it. Sure. I will also throw you off my screen. Any kind of foul can come up at any time. So we've got Matt now up against Angelica. Another suggestion. Heather, do you have one that jumped out at you? If you don't, let's do...
Get me next time.
Okay, you come up with the next one. I'm going to take making balloon animals. This time we will start with Angelica for making balloon animals. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
I'm making balloon animals. Try that on for size.
I'm folding laundry. Try that on for size.
I'm using imagination to tell a story. Try that on for size.
I'm lost in a fog. Hell, try that on for size.
And he was this big, officer. Try that on for size.
Come down and get down. Come down and get down. Try that on for size.
Oh! Try that on for size.
In my mouth. Bleh! In my mouth. Bleh! Try that on for size.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you were you barfing
I was feeding myself too much, and then it all had.
I don't like it. Off my screen. Captain Simon versus Angelica. What you got for me, Heather?
Oh, I got it. Thank you, Marianne Yance, for planting a garden.
Planting a garden. Ooh, and Marianne Yance. Also, a good time to mention, playing the keys behind us all night long is the most talented improviser in the zoo, Mr. David Yance. Okay, that's enough. All right, we're glad he's All right, what do you so it was planting a garden?
Yes.
Planting a garden. We will start this time with Simon. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Begin.
Ooh, I'm planting a garden. Try that on for size.
Ooh, I'm digging a hole for my dead dog. Try that on for size.
Oh, this mast on this ship is down. Guess I should put it back upright. Try that on for size.
You know, this is the last time I'm gonna put you down there. Try that on for size.
Color guard? Anyone remember color guard from high school? Wee! Try that on for size.
Hustling, try that on for size.
I just cannot figure out how to fold a fitted sheet. Gosh, this is confusing. Try that on for size.
I'm pouring cereal into my milk. Try that on for size.
That's offensive. That's offensive to put milk in the bowl first and then cereal. I cannot accept that on my screen.
That's fair.
I cannot allow it. Angelica, off my screen. And I will note both of you did start with the Ariana Grande foul, but I let it slide. You both did. You both did. All right. So we've got Captain Simon. Oh, Captain Hars. We have one still left on the red team. This is the last player for the bosses. So Simon, you could close it out now. Heather, you got another one?
Yeah, I do. I really want to see what this looks like because I have a picture in my head waiting for the lyrics to appear during karaoke.
That was from Pad, wasn't it?
It was!
I can just feel it. I can just feel it. Waiting for the lyrics to appear while doing karaoke, and I can picture it as well. We're gonna start with you, Hars. Players, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Begin.
I'm waiting for the lyrics to appear in karaoke. Try that on for size.
What's the deal with airline food? Try that on for size.
Hey, coach, should I steal second base? What? Try that on for size.
You gotta remember that mast from before. Now I'm just holding it in place. Try that on for size.
I got a secret, but I'm not gonna tell you. Try that on for size.
I've got a clog in my toilet and I'm afraid to plunge. Woo! Try that on for size.
Ooh, sandwich flipping at the sandwich store is hard times. When do I get my 15? Try that on for size.
I am holding an ice cream cone gingerly because it's a hot day and this bad boy is gonna melt. Try that on for size.
Oh, snake wrestling is rough work. Let's do this, Snake, you and me. Try that on for size.
Take it.
Remember those rock'em sock'em boppers? Why was one of those right now?
No, I'm not taking it.
I do not.
I do remember the Rock'em Sock'em. That would have gone better with
Weren't they
Shadow
robots? Rock'em Sock'em Boppers is not...
Oh, no, I didn't even...
I don't remember those.
Honestly, I only listen to about 10% about what they're saying.
I always won Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Thank you, Hars.
I glued my head
enough.
the guys down.
All right, Captain Hars versus Isabella. What's a good last one for us? Oh, I like this. This is the one I'm going to take. All right, Captain Hars versus Isabella. We're going to take parallel parking. Parallel parking. And I will say, you don't have a screen on the front of your thing showing you your backup camera. We're going to do parallel parking Windows 98 style, all right? We're not... No, like nobody's manually parking for you in your Buick, okay? I want to see you do it in a station wagon, all right? Isabella, do you drive? We're going to find out. Okay. Your face says I've never driven a car. We're gonna start with you. You've already got your hand on the wheel, Isabella. I love it. The player who wins this round will earn 5 big points for their team, starting the match off in the lead. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
I'm parallel parking. Try that on for size.
This guy behind me in grocery store line is too close. Try that on for size.
This bag of garbage is really gross and I really don't want to be anywhere near it. Try that on for size.
Oh, this tightrope walking gig is rough. Try that on for size.
I'm pretending I'm in Milan. Make a man out of you. Try that on for size.
I'm hanging on, Indy. Throw me the idol. I'll throw you the whip. Try that on for size.
Here boy, I got your food. It's so heavy. Oh my gosh. Try that on for size.
I think I'm being mugged. Try that on for size.
I want to give you a hug now that I'm fully vaccinated, but I don't fully trust you yet. Try that on.
That's real.
Hey, remember those Rock'em Sock'em robot games? I'm winning. Try that on for size.
No, that's a repetition. That is 5 points to the funk.
Said robots. I said robots.
I don't care. I want to say that, like, my vibe as a referee is in the movie The Fugitive when Harrison Ford is screaming, "I didn't kill my wife," and I'm the other guy whose name is escaping me right now, and he's like, "I don't care." What's his name? Heather, you're blanking out on me.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
First player to come off mute and say the name of that actor.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay, bonus point for the bosses. There it is.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done here. I don't care. All right, perfect. So that was 5 points to the funk. Bring me Captain Simon Collier on my screen. Hello.
What if these were really my hands?
You'd be so skinny. I'd be jealous. Heather's making a face. I love it. I'm just sitting here pulling out my stretch pants every 5 seconds. Don't worry about it. Captain Simon, what would you like to play for this opening team choice round?
Gosh, what a load of responsibility. But we would probably like to play Panel of Experts, please.
Ooh, Panel of Experts. Excellent. Field your teams. So for this game, first pop into the suggestion, what is a topic that does not have a magazine dedicated to it, but would be funny if it did? So like a Guns and Ammo or Cat Fancy. We don't have one of them, but it would be funny if we did. If you don't have an idea for that, but you're having questions about your life or science or love or post-vaccine life, anything like that, please pop those into the chat, because what our players are going to do is I have compiled a group of experts and they will be answering your questions. They will be able to answer any question you have on any topic. So let's see here in the suggestion.
Those are some fun ones.
Oh, great. There are some really good ones. I like Reader's E-Jest, whatever that is. Oh. You know what? I'm going to take sweatpants. Sweatpants is going to be your suggestion. The suggestion was sweatpants quarterly, but I really just wanted the topic, and I want you guys to use that however it inspires you, sweatpants. So now these experts will be able to answer any of your questions, as I said. So start popping those into the chat. And in a moment, we will have an opportunity to meet our panel. So, are we ready, or is our panel ready to go? Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's start in the upper left-hand corner and have you guys go around and introduce yourselves.
Oh, hey there. It's just your friendly neighborhood Lululemon associate. So I'm here to help you find your fancy, your fit, your fabulous. My name is Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, our local Lululemon associate. Yeah. All right, Daniel, to your left, my right, if you'll introduce yourself.
Hi, it's me, Anna, your roommate. I just got laid off again from Starbucks. So I'm gonna be just chilling at home for a while. I hope that's okay. So I will own the TV for the next while. Oh, and I just got delivery. If you could go pick it up for me, that'd be so great. Thank you.
Oh my God, Anna. No. And then finally.
Dude, it's your boy Chad. I just want you to know, as a fintech bro, I'm here for you. So just so you know, you're just gonna get once a month your perfect pair of sweatpants. Brought to you by Dude Bros.
Oh my God, so it's just
By the way, I'm Chad. I'm your personal stylist with Dude Bros.
This is a subscription sweatpants service?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fintech bros gotta work and chill at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Okay, great. You know what? I like this to start off. How do I convince my husband to let us get a dog? How do I convince my husband to let us get a dog? We'll start with Daniel.
Well, it's kind of like when I try to convince someone that they will live their best life by buying a $98 pair of yoga capris. It's a hard sale sometimes because you're like, why are they capris? Commit to a length, either be a short or a full pant. But sometimes you're just not seeing the whole picture. You're not seeing that your best you is in that bit of shin to ankle that is exposed. So I think it's all just a matter of framing, like, what can the dog do for you on the inside?
Oh my God. Just that shin to ankle. Perfect. All right, Anna, you're still home.
I am, and I probably will be for a while. So, oh well. I don't know what it's like to have a husband. It sounds lovely, but if you find yourself lucky enough to get one, you just show him how sad your life is. For example, the only food I have in this freezer is some frozen corn and one slice of bread. Clearly you need a little friend, and then because you're home all day, you have nothing to do but watch Netflix with your stuffed animals. And you're getting kind of sick of your bear one, but then you bring out your dog and you say, wouldn't it be so nice if he could breathe? And
If he could... Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. Also, I can't believe you don't have anything in the shelf on the side of the freezer. I've never seen an empty one. Chad.
Dude, bro, I just want you to know I get it. Look, when you're toiling away, just say yes. You're at the dining room table 12 hours a day, just say yes. Buy the next month's sweatpants because the dog's gonna poop on you. Just gonna let you know, bro. But hey, your time is free. She's gonna be the dog's gonna be with her. Just say yes.
Nice. You answered the husband instead of the wife. Thank you, Chad. Okay, perfect. Do you have a question, Heather?
Oh, yeah. Okay, this one's kind of a sciencey question. Thank you, Amanda Bruck. How do magnets work?
Ooh, great question. You know what? Let's start with Anna this time. You're right by a refrigerator. Seems right.
Exactly. Well, if you want to peruse my personal magnet collection, it's a bunch of Ruth Bader Ginsburg doll things, so you can dress her up. Now, as far as science of magnets go, as everyone knows, they're made out of magnesium, which is also made out of science. And if I remember anything from my genet classes, is that magnets are a very hot topic issue. And so if you want to avoid confrontation with, say, I don't know, your roommate, then best to steer the conversation to, oh, I don't know, hats.
Okay. Thanks, Anna.
You're welcome. I'll pay rent next time around.
Okay, cool. Chad, what's up? What's up, bro?
Bro, I'm sorry, I forgot the question. Could you repeat it for me, please?
Oh my God, how do magnets work, bro?
Oh, bro. Next month, we have a new sweatpants coming out. It's called the Magnetize. What it is cadmium not batteries. Duh, Chad, come on. Cadmium magnets that are in the front. There's 4 of them. Because I know you've been toiling away at that dining room table and all you've had is takeout. So you just buy those, and as you eat more, it just opens up a little bit more every time. But only because you forced it, because you were that dude. Eat more. Finn, bro. Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified the question.
I'm glad too. I was lost.
Daniel, that's my dad's name.
Oh, it's a strong name. Also, you thirsty champ? You thirsty there, sport? Because here we've got, if you're thirsty, have we got a sport water for you with magnetized ions and minerals infused into the water. It's going to cost you a cool $12 per 18 ounces, but it's worth it because what that does on the inside is it turns all of your organs into that shin to ankle region, and it's just, but like metaphorically, in that it's going to sparkle, it's going to shine, it's going to work better than you ever thought it could.
Sold.
Okay, Chad's buying. Chad is buying. Okay, let's get another question. You know what? So Liz asked this, but I'm gonna change the question just a little bit to be more general. How do you motivate yourself? How do you motivate yourself? This time we're gonna start with you, Chad.
Every morning I watch a TikTok called ABC. It's Always Be Closing. It's from that movie. I don't even know what it's from, but that dude is in it, and I love it.
Tommy Lee Jones.
I think that's his name, actually. Yeah. So I love it when Tommy Lee Jones is like, dude, always be closing. Specifically, those new sweatpants that you got, because there's a tie band up top. Don't let it fall to the ground.
Nice. Thank you, Chad. Daniel, how do you motivate yourself? Okay.
Pretty easy, pretty cut and dry. When you're a guy like me and you've got Lou, and Lemon constantly breathing down your neck day in, day out, meet those numbers, move those sweatpants, move those compression socks. We gotta do this, and they're unrelenting. So it's really just peer pressure.
Thank you, Daniel. And finally, Anna, how do you motivate yourself?
There's a couple steps I take to motivate myself. I like to tell myself it could always be worse. You could always have less clothes than you do. And it could always be warm so you don't get to wear them all. I also think back to the PhD I earned from Cambridge University, and I think, you know what? If I could do it back then, I can do it all again. By the way, I changed the Wi-Fi password. I'll text it to you later.
No, Anna! That's time! Did anyone else clock that Anna has a PhD and still doesn't have a job? I need to talk to her. Anyways, Heather, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Harz has been eating cheese puffs this whole time.
Yes, he has.
I just noticed that. I'm doing really good. This is a good old time.
Perfect, excellent. I had a good time. Loyal fans, keep that game locked away in your brain because you're going to have to vote on it after we see this one from the bosses. Captain Harz to my screen. What's our current status on the... You finished the whole thing?
Yeah, that'd go bad otherwise.
No, pull your laptop down. Show me they're not all on your desk. Oh my god. Okay. All right, you know what? You're doing great. What would you like to call to compete against that game of advice panel? And I should say nothing swimming involved or you'll get a cramp.
Right. Well, yeah. First of all, Ref Bethany, you're doing a great job. Also, quite positive you lived with Anna at one point in your life.
I think I was Anna.
Yeah. But for a team game, we would love to play the game of near, far, wherever you are.
Excellent. Field your team.
Team.
Also, that was a fun bit to say I was Anna, but I'm way too type A. I've never not had a job. Okay. So for near, far, wherever you are, give me a suggestion of, I'll pick whatever I like out of this combination. Give me like either a location, give me like a pronoun of a location though. So nothing like, not like a library, but like Mr. McGillicuddy's library, you know? Give me a pronoun of one. We'll see how this goes. And the way this game is going to be played is the players are going to be doing a scene, and at any point, one player needs to be near the screen, so all players show me what that looks like. One person needs to be far. Everybody show me what that looks like. And everybody has to be wherever you are, which is off screen. Goodbye, everybody. Perfect, come back. Ooh, I love it. Excellent. These are some great suggestions.
Yeah.
I think I shouldn't have been quite so specific. I meant like an Applebee's, not like. But I said it weird. You know what? I like this. We're going to take the Red Queen's Garden. You can use that however it inspires you, players. For this game of near, far, wherever you are. And also, I'll also add, Heather and I, if they're not following the rules, if there's not one person near, one person far, and one person off screen, Heather and I can make disapproving noises however they come to us.
Ariana Grande, like, oohs.
Yes, we will Ariana Grande you. I can't sing, so I'll probably go, You'll hear us. All right, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Begin.
Ooh, no.
Who has been painting my roses?
It was I!
Ooh, I knew it was you, the knave of spades.
I love to paint, and you can't stop it anymore.
I'm going to off your head, knave.
Hey! The corn's coming in early this year, Queen! Queen, come over here! Come over here!
I'd very much like to keep my head.
Knave, you're talking, but I can't hear you. That's fine.
I'd like to keep my head.
I'd like you to keep your head too.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem.
Nice.
Yeah. This is what we do. Let's go grab some food real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Wait!
Right.
You have invited not I to food?
Well,
I am very offended as the Red Queen!
Don't be offended, Your Majesty!
you can always join us, Your Majesty.
No! Listen, if my garden goes to pot while we are out at lunch, I will remove everyone's head in this courtyard.
Have a little faith, Queen.
Wait! There's another garden over that hill!
Over that hill?
This hill! This hill!
It's time! All right, loyal fans. questions. Heather's going to take us away.
There is a poll. We practiced this in the beginning, but above the chat, there's a poll to vote and determine who gets 5 big points. That's right, this is a competitive sporting event, and you get to vote if you want to give those points to the advice panel of experts of the Uptown Funk, or to Near Far Wherever of the Downtown Chicago Bosses. Currently, the Bosses are behind with 1 point, while the Uptown Funk have 5, but it's up to you who gets 5 points.
Yeah, they're in that Tommy Lee Jones point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's always a hidden Tommy Lee Jones point in every match if you can find it.
It's close right now. They're using those channel points. That's good. You can vote.
I'd like to remind the loyal fans that it is my birthday. See?
Trying. Bribe the fans.
I'd like to know it's my half birthday.
You know, it's funny that you said that, and then I feel like the red team got some more points.
That's what I want for my birthday.
Oh, it was
I want the red team to win.
With 55% of the vote, and this is a big one, 415 votes to 343 votes. Those 5 big points go to the red team. The Uptown Funk are in the lead, 10-2. Wow.
Yeah.
Really close.
Exciting music moment.
Shout out to Wark Milder, who contributed 202 channel points.
Well, when you know what you want. I like when I'm an announcer to make the channel points very expensive. And somebody called it the Great Purge, and I enjoyed that. All right, so we've got 5 big points to the Funk. Let's bring both our captains back on the screen. Captain Hars, Captain Simon. Hars, it is your birthday. I'm sorry, you are losing, but it is
We have no points. We have no cheese balls.
You have 1 point.
You have your Tommy Lee Jones point.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is still anybody's match. There's a lot of points left on the line. We are coming to another head-to-head round. So now Simon, I'm sorry, Hars, even though it's your birthday, Simon's in the lead. We're playing this match in America. The rules say that we let winners keep on pushing ahead. Simon, what would you like to challenge the Bosses to for this next head-to-head round?
That feels bad, but we will play Jimmy the Pigeon.
Excellent. Field your teams. It feels
We
bad.
accept.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So, for the game of Jimmy the Pigeon, go ahead and in the chat, please provide me with nouns. They can be pronouns too, but things like, a person, place, or a thing. What are we laughing at? Me?
Bethany, there's a pigeon on your head.
It's right there.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's silly.
I gotta get. Okay, there it is. Hey. I don't. This is. Oh, it's petting me. It's petting me. I'm not into birds that much. I like things with fur. Okay. Oh, there it goes. All right, Jimmy the Pigeon. You're putting nouns in. It's terrifying. And the players, while we've seen a lot of wonderful acting, are now going to go straight for the punchline. And the way this works to be, you're the one about Jimmy the suggestion. So in this state, we'll say it's a banana. Jimmy the banana. Heather will say,
no.
Yeah, that's all you got to say. No. And then I'll say, well, I'll tell you later because I got to split. Perfect. We discussed before the match these puns. I'm not personally sure if they're gangster puns or murder puns, but why can't we have both? So we'll see where we go. I will call out the players burn box style, so be ready. I am going to take the suggestion of, I like this, a popsicle. A popsicle is your suggestion for Jimmy the Pigeon. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like a verbal confirmation. Simon.
Did you hear about Jimmy the Popsicle?
No.
Oh well, he tried to go clean, but it just didn't stick.
Angelica.
Did you hear the one about Jimmy the Popsicle?
No.
Oh, I'm melted.
Matt.
Hey, did you hear about Jimmy the Popsicle?
No.
I'm shocked he got upset up. He's been put on ice.
Christian!
Yeah, did you hear that one about Jimmy the Pigeon? And I'm by pigeon, of course, I mean the popsicle.
Still no.
Well, they found him dead in a freezer.
Excellent. Isabella, who I just want to call Anna. Isabella.
And did you hear the one about Jimmy the Popsicle?
No.
Oh, he's not doing so well. He's very ill. He's very sickly.
No. Hars!
Hey! Did you hear about Jimmy the Popsicle?
No.
No, yeah, he's all broken up. In fact, he's in 2.
Nice. All right, now everybody got a shot at that first one. We're going to come a little bit more rapid fire. I'm going to take, I like this, a river. Well, I got this, it's an entire river. Matt.
Did you hear about Jimmy the River?
No.
I'm shocked. He's a bit of an S to airy kind of person.
Hars.
Hey! You hear about Jimmy the River?
No.
No? Yeah, he got run through it. A river runs through it.
John's liked that one.
Brad Pitt.
That's enough. Simon.
Oh, did you hear about Jimmy the River?
Oh.
Well, I think his Thames coming up with the law.
Christian.
Yeah, did you hear the one about Jimmy the River?
No.
No.
He's gonna be a father, but he's still in denial.
Let's get a new suggestion. Also, did you guys know he robbed a bank? Okay. Soup is the next suggestion I see. Soup.
Get him, pigeon. Get her.
No, the pigeon. Isabella, soup.
Oh, did you hear about Jimmy the Soup?
No.
Oh, well, he was so excited to leave town that he went, soup, there it is.
Yep, Angelica.
Did you hear about Jimmy the Soup?
I know.
Well, turns out he wasn't that progressive.
That one got me. Christian.
Yeah, did you hear that one about Jimmy the Soup?
Nope.
Yeah, he's, we're trying to ice him out. He's chilly.
Matt.
Hey, did you hear the one about Jimmy the Soup?
No.
Well, he went up and he had a minestrone down the path to the jail.
Hars.
Hey, you hear about Jimmy the Soup?
No.
No, well, he gave some lip and they put him in a tin. Lipton.
That's tea.
No, they make soup. Thanks, Jobs.
Collier.
Hey, let me know if you've heard about Jimmy the Soup.
Oh, I haven't. No.
A little bit of good news. He's gonna go have a big Italian wedding.
I do like that. All right. We got, what, Heather, you got one?
I've been focusing on trying to say no.
I know, it's too much. Let's take a food court player. Matt.
Hey, you hear about Jimmy the Food Court?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, Sbarro's, it's surprising that you didn't get on that Panda Express.
Christian.
Yeah, did you hear that one about Jimmy the Food Court?
No.
His eyesight's going bad. He came up to me and went, Orange Jew Julius? And I said no.
Simon.
Okay. Hey, have you heard about Jimmy the Food Court?
No.
Well, when his time's up, I've heard he's going to Hades because he just can't help but sin a bun.
But Bethany, I had an Arby one. I had an Arby's one.
Oh, I do love Arby's.
I know. Bring that pigeon back, Ryan.
That poll is coming. Another poll coming to the screen above the chat. You need to vote which team you think had the best jokes in that round of Jimmy the Pigeon. This is worth 5 more points. As a reminder, the Uptown Funk is in the lead, 10, and the Chicago Bosses and Birthday Boy Hars have 1. So 1 is in point, not have won the match, because there's still many more points to be had. Vote and use those channel points.
Come on.
On this topic, what else can I tell you? I talked about the schedule. Another match tonight and Comedy Sports CSEN late night for our subscribers. If you are not yet a subscriber, there's a button you can click to sign up and watch the late night game show. And also in between this match and the next match, if you missed the DE&I talk with Angelica, who's here right now, you can catch it. It's going to play again right after this. So just don't go anywhere. Stay here all night. Okay, the poll is nearly closed. It is once again very, very, very close. Ooh. Blue takes it with 52%. That is 5 big points for the downtown Chicago Bosses, bringing the score 6-10.
All right, thank you. All right, that was 5 points to the Bosses. So now, to determine this match, we are going to go into our most difficult game in comedy sports, our flagship game, 6 Things. Captains to my screen.
Boy-yo-yoing.
Boy-yo-yoing. Captain Mars. Captain Simon. It is now time to play 6 Things. In order to do that, you will have to send one player out of the Zoom room. Who's it going to be, Captain Mars?
We're going to send out Christian.
Ooh, excellent. Captain Simon.
We're going to send out Matt.
Okay, everybody say goodbye, Christian. Goodbye, Matt. Bye. Ooh, and before they left, I was going to have us sing the birthday song. Let's just do it, the 6 of us. It's fine. Are you ready for Hars? Do you want the birthday song? We got to do it. Sure. It's required.
It's happening
It's
now.
required. All right, Jans, are you ready?
Fans at home, plug your ears. La, la, la.
This is your
birthday song. It isn't very long. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Singing
Thanks.
in unison.
Thanks, Pigeon.
The pigeon participated.
Oh, did the pigeon come back? Oh my god. I'm linking my own out for Hitchcock movie. Okay.
Thank you, Hank Rogers. We did nail it.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now we have all of our suggestions for 6 Things. Heather got them very secretly. And we are going to get some additional suggestions to flash these out, and we'll see what you're going to do with them. So let's get our first one up is going hiking. Going hiking. So the way this game works is that the teams are going to have to get their guesser to guess this activity, but way too easy. We got to mix it up. So give me in the chat, what is a comfort food? And then give me either a national or international landmark, like someplace Heather might want to travel to or has traveled to.
Ooh.
Perfect. And so, I love that these are coming in. Okay, you know what, Hank? You have several times asked for a grape, and I will allow it. So you're going hiking with a grape. A grape. Nice. And then you are, I love this. And then you're hiking in, come on, some more. I love these, but, what are like the Eiffel Tower, something that we know is like a landmark. I don't know why you can't type. I love this.
I gotta look at all these other suggestions that people.
I like this. I'll take the St. Louis Arch. The St. Louis Arch. You're hiking at the St. Louis Arch with a grape.
Awesome.
Perfect. Heather, why don't you hook me up with some stuff for number 2?
Yeah, we are visiting a museum. I would love in the chat, fans, if you could give me a suggestion of an activity, an item that you use daily, like a toothbrush or a pair of scissors. And also, how about a celebrity that you enjoy their work, like a movie star whose films you really enjoy, or a musician who you really like, someone popular.
Oh, someone popular.
Popular.
I want to be
popular. We're going to be here all night. Okay.
Okay, great.
Visiting a museum, but the museum is the what you're looking at in the museum. Oh wow, it's a sponge.
Perfect.
The museum's a
Perfect.
sponge, and you're going to the museum with. Ooh, yeah, okay. Aretha Franklin. Some beautiful jams that I hope we hear.
Oh, fun. Perfect. Now and there, pop me in a suggestion of a 90s TV show. It was like a famous 90s sitcom. But we are going to a water park. The water park is going to be really what America's water park is. Navy Pier in Chicago. Don't go in the water here. It's okay. And then you are going to be with, oh, I love it. You're going to be with the cast of Frasier. With the cast of Frasier at the water park. Niles would love it. He would not.
Oh,
No.
baby, I
Niles
hear
would not care for it.
Hear the blues are calling. Okay.
Get us toss salad and spray.
Right.
Oh, we could toss the salad with the skeleton things. This is how comedy works. It all comes back around.
Oh, baby.
Windows joke.
Okay, seeing a play. We're seeing a play. Can I get a suggestion of something that's really cute, like a panda bear or a little trinket? My mom had a lot of those precious moments. She thought those were really cute. Something like that. And how about a location of another state besides
Ooh.
Illinois?
Susan Remley has these little cat ones that are around, and they used to in our old house have their own little shelf in a weird part of the hallway.
Ooh, okay. Your the play you are seeing is a baby duck, a duckling. And you're seeing the play in, it's in here multiple times. You're seeing the play in Idaho.
I love it. I love it. So now we're coming to 5 and 6. So we're going to make these a little bit tougher because they're each worth 10 points. So now in the chat, give me an object from history. Like, what is an object from history? Like the Declaration of Independence, but not that, because we all sort of know what that is. And then also give me an emotion, like a feeling or an idea, like liberty or feeling sad about liberty. And then just in case I don't like any of those, because I want to make sure this is hard and fun, also give me a chain restaurant. Perfect. All right, King of Seas.
Library.
King of Seas, I really want to take that, and I don't know if I can't. I can't do it. Okay. But I really like it. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're buying a caboose. The caboose itself is a Buffalo Wild Wings. Mm-hmm. The caboose is a Buffalo Wild Wings. And you're buying it from Buddy Holly's glasses.
What?
I know. It's 5.
Okay.
It's number 5 has got to be harder. You're buying it from Buddy Holly's glasses.
All right,
which are a great object from history.
Yeah, this is true. You set the bar for what I need to do for thing number 6.
Also, I love a B-dubs. I love a B-dubs.
Okay, thing number 6, it has to be as hard as thing number 5. You're getting your passport stamped. I need something that you rarely use, a household object that you don't use very often. Maybe it's in the junk drawer in the back of the garage, like like a, I don't even know, like those garden clippers, something specific like that, or a kitchen item you don't use often. And then how about, you asked for some feelings and emotions. I might look and see what we've got in there.
I don't think any, well, we got a couple of feelings, actually.
I like this one. So the the stamp is anticipation. The idea of anticipation.
Ooh.
And your passport itself is, oh goodness, I'm trying to see what's the most obscure thing in here. Okay, how about this? A mandolin.
Oh, okay. Be careful with those. Also, I like the suggestion of a moldy sponge. I thought that was funny if they would have to do a sponge and then a moldy sponge. But we're funny. We're not mean. All right. So now we have all of our suggestions. Great job. These are perfect. So what's going to happen is we will bring our guessers back into the Zoom room, and each team will have to get them to guess each of those activities and all of their replacements. Oh, shoot. And they are going to send them to me. Perfect, right? We've got...
I wrote them down. I can send you a picture.
I was going to take a screenshot and then I got distracted. If you can take a picture and send it to me. Oh,
Yeah.
they've got... It's going to be in my cellular phone.
Okay,
Look, guys,
great.
I'm a Hufflepuff. Okay. So what's going to happen is the guessers will get back in here, and they will each have 90 seconds in which to get their teammate to guess that suggestion and all of their replacements. They can guess and stop the clock as many times as they like, but at the end of 90 seconds, if they have not gotten it, the other team will have the option to steal. As I mentioned, each of these activities, 1 through 4, are 5 points, 5 and 6 are 10 points. So it's truly anybody's match. But in order to get them to guess these things, they can only use mime, which is like French karate, or gibberish, which is a completely made-up language like French. So they will have an opportunity to guess and steal. So let's go ahead and start pulling up. I think we're almost ready. And if not, we'll keep going. And what's our score again, Heather?
Oh, the score is 10-6 in favor of the Uptown Funk, but there are 40 possible points available in this round. For a few
Oh my
months, for a few months of our time doing virtual shows, I kept saying 30, and finally my mother corrected me.
I honestly never did the math and never even thought about it, but
a
wow,
lot
do
of
we
points.
backload this show, huh? Thanks, Jans. All right. So we've got thing number 1. We've got our bosses up. So again, we've got all the bosses. Let's all come off mute. So we're ready to go. Bingo, bango. Awesome. 90 seconds on the clock. Christian and bosses. For thing number 1, are you ready?
Yes.
He's not on mute anymore. We're all good. Right? Perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm helping you out because I'm a nice ref. That's what they all say in their suggestions. Okay, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, okay, so.
Oh, shada bada, shida bada, shada ba, ananaka, shida baba. Oh, shida bada, shida baba, shida babu, shida ba, ananaka, boo, ooh, shida.
Ooh,
shida ba, ting ting ting, zida.
Ooh,
ba 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 ba, shida da, shida.
有爸爸。
1 minute.
Shida.
大给我，哎。
大哥 no masa.
这个。这个Yep. Hey.
All right, how much time is left?
39 seconds. 39 seconds. Yeah, right.
Oh, nice. Plenty of time, plenty of time. All right, Christian, for your first
Yeah.
activity. Hey, teammates, you guys could come back to support. Where have you gone to? Christian, what are you doing?
I am hiking, and the mountain on which I am hiking is not a mountain, but really the St. Louis Arch, and I am eating earthworms instead of trail mix.
Oh, no. So you are going on a hike. You are at the St. Louis Arch, but you need to clean up both parts of last replacement. You have 39 seconds.
Okay.
Players, are you ready? Begin.
Oh, 下来了，
哎呦
新加坡下大巴，
哎呦哎呦哎呦
啊，下大巴的，进啊，哦，下大巴，哦，下大巴，
啊
下大，哦，下大巴，下大巴，啊那卡，
哎呦哎呦
大大西的，下大巴，西的卡
All right.
下巴卡的。
All right.
23 seconds.
23 seconds for your first thing. Give it to me from the top, Christian.
Yes. I am hiking the St. Louis Arch, and I am eating wild raspberries.
Okay, no, but you're getting closer. How much time do we have left?
23 seconds.
23 seconds to clean up that last thing. You need to clean up what you're replacing and what it is.
Okay.
You got this. 23. Begin.
Hey, oh, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah.
Perfect, Christian. Oh.
It is 16 seconds.
16 seconds, Christian. What are you doing?
All right, I am hiking at the St. Louis Arch, and my hiking partner is wine.
No! So close. We're going to clean it up. I love this. This is... Players, go back.
Oh, 下大巴，下个，下大巴是下巴个，下的下个，哦，下的下大巴的，下的，哦，下的，哒哒哒，下大巴哒哒哒，啊哒，哦下的，啊哒哒哒，是的吧
Great.
It's 1 second left. 1 second remaining.
1 sec. Well, Jay, what is your last thing?
Yes, I am hiking at the St. Louis Arch, and my hiking partner is a grape, a singular grape.
That's fine! Big points! To the bosses!
Wow.
Give me one of these, Johns. Give me one of these.
Guitar.
Nope, okay. He doesn't.
Oh.
He's not a monkey. He doesn't work on command.
Well,
All
for
right.
the first time tonight, the bosses are in the lead with a score of 11-10.
Whoa, Funk, you're up next.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Hars. Matt and the Funk, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Begin.
Ah, is wow. What's it?
What is it?
Oh, is a funk. Oh.
Oh, super.
No, so
Is
is
it what about fish? Is it papa popo? It's about that. Is it that? It's a papa chip popo?
It's a foie. It's a foie.
It's a qua. The qua. It's a qua. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, it's a foie. Get it.
So
1 minute remaining.
I said what?
Is a foie. Is a foo. Is a
50 seconds.
All right.
22 seconds remaining.
Matt,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I am in an art museum. I am scrubbing the floors, and I am. Oh, what's the last one? The person I am with is Tina Turner.
Oh, you are visiting a museum. You need to clean up your last two pieces. Last two pieces are both your replacements. 22 seconds, players.
That's a what about the Is what about? At the Baraba or the Barata? Arada. Or the Taras about about. As a what Baba Chababa. That's about the D. Dita Bata or the Kasua Sawata. Baraba. Baraba. Itaba. Itaba.
Ah, it's a foo. A foo.
5 seconds.
4, 3, 1.
That is time. That is time. All right, Matt, what are you doing?
I am at a museum. The artwork is really a sponge, and the person I am with is the Pussycat Dolls.
Oh, this replacement would be so offended. You are at a museum. It is a sponge, but the last one, we're going to give you an opportunity to steal. Christian, what is that last? Give me the whole thing. I guess I just said it, but that's fine.
That's totally fine. We are at an art museum. The art is the art of the sponge, and the friend that we are with is actually the greatest doo-wop ever, Tom Hanks, in that thing about you.
Oh my God! Even
that thing you do.
No.
Great
No.
movie though.
It was Aretha Franklin. So Aretha Franklin.
No respect.
No, I thoroughly apologize.
I love it. I love it. You should all apologize. All right, no points awarded that round. On to number 3, bosses to my screen. Bosses to my screen. I have now what is, I think, just a picture of Harves.
Yeah. A good picture.
Harves, you okay?
I'm good.
Your
I'm
camera's
here.
off.
I don't see you. Your camera's off, bud.
Oh, I'm
There
sorry.
you are. That was terrifying. Okay, so for your third thing, bosses, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Begin.
It's splooshy.
Woo! Is that it?
Oh, shakada, shinaba, shinama, shinama, shinaba, mijinaba, daka, shaba, buddha, shaba, 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 ba, 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 sada, shinaba, shinaba, da, shaba, oh, shadaba, badaba, sada, ah, sada, ba, ba, oh, shidaba, ah, da, 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 shadaba, da, 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 shaba.
Abata?
Yo, I hear.
It's like, ooh! Sabata,
Hey!
All right, let's see where you're at. 30 seconds
All
left
right.
on the
33
dot.
or 30.
33?
33.
Okay.
No. Oh boy.
Oh man,
retired.
we are at the water park on the water slide. I am there with my BFF Elton John, and the slide itself is in fact just a giant rainbow.
Oh, you are at a water park. You are at a water park, but you have to clean up both the park and who you're with. You had those were the replacements. So you have 33 seconds?
No,
it's just
30. Yeah, my bad.
I win that round. All right, because he likes to do a little flicker.
Yeah.
Let's do his 30s like he's, I don't know.
I thought
like
it was
he's
a 3-3.
at
anyway.
the NASCAR. I don't know. All right, back to the... Go.
Oh, shinima saba, shadaba saki,
Say hello.
shadaba, shadaba, oh, shidaba, tink, shadaba, oh, shababa ba 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 ba, shababa ba ba, shidaba, shikaba, oh, shidaba, yeah, shadaba, shidaba, shidaba, oh, shidaba,
Yeah.
shaba.
Is it bit?
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
That rubber?
Oh,
Oh, Saraba.
5, 4,
Oh, Saraba.
2,
Hey.
1, time.
That's time. Give David Yance a bonus point for his assistance here because
Scoring update
he's
10
doing
to
great.
11 to 1 for Jans.
Christian,
Yes.
what are you doing?
All right, I'm at a water park with my good friend Paul McCartney, and of course, the ladder to that water slide is not a water slide ladder at all, but really just a giant photo album.
That's not correct. Out of quick curiosity, Christian, how old are you? If you feel comfortable sharing.
I am in my 30s.
Oh, okay. You look like you're 22, and I feel
Thank
like your
you.
reference level might be there too. Okay, Matt, you
Well,
have an
that's
opportunity.
rude.
No, I'm sorry. That is rude. That
As
is
the
rude.
announcer, I'm taking 5 points away from Ref Bethany.
That's rude. I didn't mean it like that. It's the sad thing is we've never met, so he doesn't know that I'm not that cruel. Okay,
That's cool.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. Thank you, Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay. I'm at a water park. The slide is the person who sings the chorus says, and if you want to know where everybody knows your name. It's like the guy who sings Cheers. And then also, it is the placement is not a photo of you going down the slide. It is fireworks.
Oh.
No, that's not correct. And the reason I made that bit about Christian is I thought neither of you had heard of Cheers. And that was my joke. But it is not the guy who wrote Cheers. You do know it?
Well, so what's funny is that initially I thought Isabella was at Cheers instead of the museum. So I do know Cheers. I'm just an idiot.
Well, you're both wrong anyways because it was Frasier. Because, you know, after Cheers, Frasier goes and types a lot.
Plays the piano. I've never seen it.
Okay, yeah,
that makes
we're
sense.
all doing great. Okay, I'm wasting time, and Ryan would like to be done with this match. So, no, you are, and you were at Navy Pier. It's fine. All right, next thing, number 4.
The score didn't change. It is 11-10 in favor of the bosses. David Yance has 1, and Ref Bethany has -5.
I was going to say I did lose points. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Begin.
Please stop. Please stop.
It's a bit of 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Thirty seconds remaining.
Matt thinks he's got it.
There are 18 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Perfect. Matt, what are you doing?
I am watching a play. The set of the play is no longer the set. It is a field, and one of the actors is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Incorrect. You are seeing a play. You got to clean up the other two things. You have 18 seconds. Players, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
That's time. I'm going there. That's time. All right, Matt, for 5 big points, what are you doing?
I am watching a play. The set is a baby penguin, and one of the actors is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Still wrong on the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Still wrong on that.
I'm not being Christian.
Christian,
Yes.
you have an opportunity to steal. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, I am seeing a play, and not just any play, an ancient Greek tragedy. And the actor is, of course, a tiny little duckling, and the line is, I pledge allegiance.
Oh, it was a duckling, but you were at Idaho. You were in Idaho, which the Pledge of Allegiance is exclusively about. All right, number 5. Number 5.
So many points coming up here. 10 points now.
10 points. It's
10
still
points
pretty
up.
much tied. The bosses are up by 1,
Yeah.
but really it's anybody's match. These are a bit harder.
Just a bit. Just
a bit. For number 5, players, are you ready?
Oh yeah, we've nailed that last one. This one's gonna be great.
Begin!
Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, shut up! Shut up! Ah, that's it. Shut up! Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, shut up! Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, shut up! Shut up!
1 minute remaining. 1 minute.
Oh, Shaba, Shidaba, Cinema, Shadaba, Honey Diba, Oh, Zaba, Oh, Sidibaba, Sidibaba, hey, Zadaba, Shidaba, no, Shadabadaba, Shindada, Shidaba, Ladabada, Shadaba, Shadaba. Hey! No, Shadaba, Shidaba,
30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Shidabada, oh, Shidabada,
Oh,
Shadaba, Alada, Shigaba.
Okay, go about.
All right, how much time is left?
16 seconds.
16 seconds. Christian,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
All right, I am panhandling on the CTA. However, I'm not on the CTA. I am at Finger Licking Good KFC, and the person that I am getting the money from is, in fact, Buddy Holly.
Oh, you are so close on your replacements and the activity. You are not panhandling on the CTA. You are very close on everything. You do need to clean it up.
16 seconds.
Yeah. Point at
Okay.
each other. Point. We ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Begin.
Bada-bop, 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 bada-bop.
10 seconds.
Oh, bada-bop, bada-bop,
Oh,
bada-bop.
Shadaba, Shadaba, oh, no,
There's no time. You guys. Hearts. That's your birthday present. Are those basically 10 extra seconds you just got? That's your birthday present. You're welcome. Christian.
Yes.
For 10 points.
Ugh.
What are you doing?
I am a conductor on the train, and I am not at, the train is not a train, but actually Chick-fil-A, and the train fare is in fact Buddy Holly's glasses.
Oh my gosh. So, Matt, you have an opportunity to steal.
I am in a caboose of a train. The conductor is Buddy Holly's glasses, and the tickets are chicken wings.
Oh, you were so close. You were so close. I am going to give 2 points to Christian for Buddy Holly's glasses, which were correct. I'm going to give him 2 points because I am the ref, and I want to. He's earned it. You were buying a caboose. And the caboose was, I guess, the third-ranking chicken establishment, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh.
Yeah. The wings are wild.
I mean, that checks out. That checks
Yeah.
out.
B-dubs. All right.
Scoring update. Going into this final thing, the bosses are in a little bit of a slightly bigger lead, 13-10. David Young,
Perfect.
Ref Bethany, -5.
Excellent. We are way behind time, y'all. Let's go and do it. Number 6.
Is a food zip 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 zip.
Oh, zip 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 zip
Is a is fruit is a fun with a is a clunk doof is a what?
As a what?
That's a clunk is a what? Is a fruit
Is it That's it.
Oh, is
1 minute remaining.
No.
Is a fruit is a fruit is foie is fruit is food oh is a food chop 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 is a
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
is a shoot a shoot a shoot a shoot is a food is a
All right. How much time?
17 seconds remaining.
Matt, what are you doing for 10 points?
I'm taking a flight on a plane. The chairs are the concept of anxiety, and the ticket is a loaf of bread.
Oh, you are close. Sort of. You're gonna clean up each of those.
Okay.
Each of those. 17 seconds left. 17-second left. Players, you ready?
Yeah. A food is a awesome. A food is a
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is time.
That is time, Matt. For 10 points and to win the match, what are you doing?
I'm flying to France. The flight itself is the flight is late, or just the feeling of being late, and the ticket is a mandolin.
Oh, you are. I have to give it up. You are. I have been always giving. You were correct on the mandolin. Christian will have to clean up the activity and the other thing for an opportunity to steal. Christian.
Great. Yes, I am traveling by plane to Paris, France. My passport stamp is in fact just anxiety, and of course, mandolin.
Oh no, not correct. You were getting a passport stamp. You were already in France. The stamp is anticipation, but ultimately the bosses win. Happy birthday, Horse!
Oh, wow! Loyal fans, we went on an epic journey with this crossover event. 6s and 7s in the chat for all of your players tonight with a final score of 13-10 in favor of your hometown team in blue, the downtown Chicago Bosses. And once again, 1 point for our music director, David Janssen, -5 for Ref Bethany, though we love her. Please throw some applause in the chat for your players tonight. Your visitors, the Uptown Funk from the Rec League team, Snow Joke. Give it up for Isabella Weiss. Give it up one more time from our minor league for Matt Kidd. And once again, for the captain of the Uptown Funk and those skeleton hand tongs, it's your captain, Simon Collier. Now, 6s and 7s in the chat for your winners tonight, the downtown Chicago Bosses. From the Rec League team, Channel Surfers, Angelica Dabila. Once again, for your minor league player tonight, Christian Zerke. And give it up for the birthday boy, your captain of the Bosses, Har Sonricker, and his Mountain Dew and Cheese Puffs. All that applause for your referee tonight, Bethany Remley. On behalf of myself, David Yance on the keys. Oh yeah, my name's Heather, by the way. Whatever. And Ryan Ford back there giving me all these hand signals that I misread. We love him. Shout out to Ryan. Stick around for that DE&I Talk the 9:30 match and the late night show tonight. We love you, loyal fans. Good night.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Comedysportz Chicago's D&I Talks with your host, me, Luis. I am a longtime comedy sports player here in Chicago and also in Los Angeles, and I'm also currently our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. A while ago, we started this interview show in order to introduce everyone out there to our ensemble, but also to their stories and their experiences, and so we can start making these sort of conversations a bit more normalized and out in the open and not so behind closed doors, so they can happen a lot more often, and so that we can all become a lot more comfortable with all of these different sort of subject matters and topics. Today, I am joined by another person who has been running around our theater for quite a bit. I know I've seen her coming in and out for a while, but it wasn't until recently that we actually got to sit down and chill and actually get to know each other a little better, because I became the coach of her rec league team, Channel Surfers. So please welcome to the show one of our rec league members from the team Channel Surfers, Angelica Dabila. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, you know, as well as you could be doing on a cloudy, colder day than yesterday.
Especially because yesterday was like 82, and today
Yeah.
I think I just looked and it's like 45.
Yeah, I made the mistake of just wearing my little denim jacket to take the dogs out and regretted it instantly, versus yesterday I was chilling on my porch just having a good old time.
I broke out the shorts yesterday.
I haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm still like a little hesitant.
No, I broke out the shorts and like my cut off tanks and everything, and I was like, man, feel this, everybody. Let's go outside. And then today I'm like all bundled up and the windows are all closed. I'm like, no, this city.
Yeah, see, and that's why like I don't break out the shorts, because I don't want to get to like that hype level and then just have a down kind of like rainy, chilly day again. Like I'm saving that. I'm saving that.
To be fair, breaking out the shorts isn't like a big to-do. It's literally just heading a little lower in my drawers to like the ones that I put away for later. So it wasn't like a massive like we're doing it and busting out the boxes and stuff. It was just like shorts, bunch of dust, and then we were off.
It is a lot easier now to do that, because I remember when I was little, my family would pack up all the summer things into plastic containers. They'd live in the basement, and then you'd have to like really commit to like going to get them and stuff. But you're right, it's not a big thing anymore.
So let's start heading down this journey. Tell me a little bit about just yourself and where you're joining us from, where you're coming from, where you grew up, stuff like that. Let's baseline. Hit me with it.
Well, I was born in Texas, El Paso, and then I still had family living in Mexico, so I actually lived in Mexico for the first few years of my life.
Nice.
Coahuila, it's in the northern part of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we came all the way to Chicago, where I lived in the little village area, which is where I live now again. But then like at some point we just kept moving around the Chicagoland area. So that was my experience growing up, kind of apartment to apartment. But yeah, so since I grew up in Mexico for the formative years of my life, Spanish was actually my first language. And I basically learned English just from watching cartoons.
Like that's how I learned it.
Yeah. And then my mom tells me that at some point when I learned English, I didn't want to speak any more Spanish. So I had that phase growing up. And now I'm happily bilingual. So that's a little bit about me.
Nice. And I'm assuming that like the home life was just predominantly Spanish.
Oh yeah.
And it probably still remains so to this day, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, growing up, especially with my mom and my grandma, it was you had to speak to them in Spanish. My grandma would literally say, I don't understand English, you speak to me in Spanish if you want to talk to me. Nowadays, I think we've adapted more into a Spanglish type of conversation where my mom, she always underestimates her English, and so she still prefers Spanish. But it's gotten to the point where like you could respond to her in English and she'll respond in Spanish, and it's like that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think part of it has been really pushed because my sister and I talk in English to each other. So I think that kind of opened up the path for my mom to also like join us in just using Spanglish, some English, some Spanish, etc.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really interesting because in college I studied specifically that sort of stuff because I have technically it's a sociology degree, but specifically it's a raza studies degree. So it's like Hispanic sociology. And so we studied specifically that idea, and that at some point, usually with like first generation here, it can go one of two ways, where the parents try to push the language so hard on the kid that the kid rejects it, or the parents want their kid to assimilate so much that they don't teach it. And so there's no way that they could, accidentally learn it somewhere and then they're just full Americans. And that's why there's this big gap between like the generation that emigrated here, then there's a gap, and then all of a sudden the language reappears again in the kids, like the second generation kids, because the parents realize, oh, probably should have learned it.
Yeah, I mean, I think my mom fell into that first category of really pushing Spanish. I remember, like, it'd be the weekend and she would have me like do Spanish worksheets growing up. Just I think she was always afraid that I would forget it, and for her especially, being completely new to the country and older than, if you come here as a kid, I think that was one of her fears, that like I would become disconnected from the language, and then associating that with our culture as well. So yeah, very, I mean, she would have my aunt, who still lived in Mexico, send us the Spanish textbooks that they would be using in the schools over there. And it was just like, you got to do this, like, it's the weekend, we're sitting down, complete these pages, and I absolutely did not have a good time.
That's hardcore, because I'm assuming you weren't in like one of those schools that teaches, like one of those bilingual schools. I'm assuming you were just regular English school.
Yeah.
And your mom was taking the time to seek out Spanish homework for you, despite it not being taught to you. Wow, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
My mom was very big on us practicing our Spanish, but she never went that far.
Yeah, I think my mom just, took advantage of having a sister that did teach for the school system down there. And that was her little resource supplier.
Totally. Wow, what a great resource. So at which point did you start looking into performing or theater or improv?
In high school, I was in the improv club, very short-lived, just because I felt at that point I was still very quiet, didn't really come out of my comfort zone, and I just felt like I was taking up space there that I didn't belong in. But I did take theater classes throughout high school, so like the hunger to perform, to inhibit kind of like that artistic space was there. Didn't do anything in college. Absolutely did nothing. And then it wasn't until years after graduating college, I just started going to local comedy shows, and that's kind of where it began to take a hold of me again. Starting with stand-up comedy, which is what I began with, and then from there, I'd go see local improv shows too, and so that also started the interest in, oh, well, it'd be fun to like also do this, etc. Interesting enough, the first time I actually took classes or more of an in-depth interest in improv was with Comedysportz, because I had gone to some fundraising event years ago, and one of the raffle prizes was a Comedysportz class.
Oh, okay.
And around that time is when I was focusing on stand-up, and so I'm like, oh, that actually, yeah, I'll do that. And I got it, and then I ended up at Comedysportz, and I'm still here.
So you essentially just came over off of a raffle, and you were like, I guess I'll stick around.
Basically, yeah.
Who was that? Who was your first teacher? Who was that first class?
Hars was my first teacher.
How was that?
It was very exciting. Yeah, and also, because Hars was a great instructor, and then on top of that, I think we got a group that first class that really formed a bond with each other, and I wasn't planning on taking another class because I'll be honest, during that time, money was a little tight. So I'm like, I'll take the free class and then I'll wait around. But the group of people that we had in the class, like I said, we built a bond with each other, and then it was kind of like, are you taking the next level? Are you taking the next level? And from that, we all just kept signing up for like consecutive levels, which was pretty awesome.
Okay, so essentially, you all took that first class and you were just enjoying the experience of working together, so you kept going through the levels as a group.
Mhm.
And are any of those people that you went through still around?
Yeah. Jason, he's on minor league now.
Yeah.
So he was also in that very first class, and we kept taking classes together. And then
Tolliver or
yeah.
Tolliver?
Tolliver, yeah.
Right.
And then Daniela Kreidler also started off that way. I know she's done a couple of rec leagues as well.
Cool. Okay. And so, do you still do stand-up? Like, did you manage to continue on with stand-up, or was that like the switch from stand-up to improv?
I still kept doing stand-up. I think I appreciate both of them equally, which I know some performers have a favorite, but I do appreciate both of them very much. During the pandemic, I have only done stand-up once, virtually. It was very interesting, and I think I just realized it wasn't something for me currently. And so I'd like to pursue it again once it's safe to like actually be doing it in person again. I think I feed off audience better that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get back into really doing stand-up again. I know I've been working on some material, so that's still on the radar.
And when did you actually audition into the rec league?
This is my second year on rec league. Yeah, I did it, what was it, 2 years ago then, was when I first auditioned.
Okay. And if I understood this correctly, Comedysportz is the only sort of improv that you actually do, or did you end up taking classes at other places?
I would take, like single day workshops if they were offered at other places. But as far as like really delving into improv, it's been with Comedysportz. So, which I think is fun, and I think that's why it kept luring me back in, short form in all the games, and just the high energy level from going to see the matches on the weekends as well, really kept me going.
What would you say were, as a stand-up, the things that appealed to you from the classes you were taking?
The comedy that would come from kind of like not trying to be funny, but just kind of comedy that came spontaneously through interacting with others, and not knowing necessarily what someone else was going to do until they did it. Sometimes provided those, I think, I want to call them maybe like intimate comedy moments that are harder to do with stand-up, just because, with stand-up, you are working on your set constantly. And so I think that's what also drew me to improv, those little moments with other people.
Okay. So essentially, you were, and do you think that's specific to short form?
I do, yes. Just because, again, it's more, using the different games, and that I think lends the ability to kind of do these quick relationships with other people, that I think sometimes get lost in long form. Not to say that I also don't appreciate long form, but just a little distinction.
Oh, totally. Yeah. For me, I think one of the reasons I stuck with short form for so long was because there are so many opportunities to continue connecting with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's half the fun of it. So, like, as much as I enjoy long form, when I do long form, I do miss those opportunities to, like, connect with the audience in that way. But as a short form player, I find a way to interject that along the way in, like, long formy sort of way, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So it's not necessarily like stopping the action of the herald to go, "Hey sir, where are you from?" Like I'm not gonna do that. But like I work it in there. Um, so as now that you've been in the rec league for, you said, about 2 years, which means you pretty much had a year on stage and then a year online. What have those experiences been like for you?
I mean, I very much enjoyed having, the experience of being on stage, again, having an audience present, that it is easier to connect. And online, I do appreciate that we've been able to adapt improv to a virtual scene, and also learning that there are certain things you can't do anymore currently, but kind of just like figuring out, well, how would an audience react better to seeing this on their screens versus like in person. I do like that sometimes you're able to interact with the audience via the chat, so kind of like seeing, their suggestions or even like responding to them, which is something you can't really do when you're in person, because it's, every show it's the audience can speak during suggestions and then they can't really speak anymore. Unless
That is,
you, yeah.
yeah, that is a really interesting take. I never even thought of it like that, but you're right. When we hear from the audience, we're hearing because we usually address them and talk to them and essentially like led them to what they're going to say, but to be able to hear in real time, not just what the fact that they think it's funny, but their reaction to it, their thoughts to it, their
Mhm.
opinions about it. Yeah, that, do you feel like that affects your decisions on stage, or is that just like a fun aside that you can acknowledge every now and again?
I think it's more of a fun aside for every now and then, just because if if I'm in a scene online, it's also difficult to multitask
Yeah.
necessarily. But if I'm, if I was hosting something, or if I'm just sitting a scene out, to be able to see that interaction is still, um, I'd say like an immersive experience where you can keep having this connection to the audience. Looks way different, but I do think it's something that like would be very difficult to replicate performing on a stage again.
Most definitely, yeah. And I actually have wondered to myself what the switch back is going to be like for the audience in those moments where you don't get to do those asides anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, are we going to deal with a lot more talking from the side or just yelling out? Or, those people who maybe made themselves a little too comfortable too fast, and it's just like, hey, we're not online anymore. You got to chill. We got to remember that theater etiquette now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works out, because I imagine it'll be very not to say that it'll be very difficult for, audience members, but it'll definitely, I think they'll have to be catching themselves too, because if you're used to just watching online, then yeah, you're used to like just having a good old time, even talking to whoever is in the house with you about the show, that you can't really do at a live show either.
Right? Yeah. Do you? What do you? As we, as summer is right around the corner, things are opening up a little bit more. We're hoping to be back, into a theater space hopefully by 2022. In regards to what we were just talking about, but also just everything else in general, what are the sort of changes that you would like to see as we head back into an actual physical space? Because obviously, after something like this, we hope that we come back to some changes and not pick up right where we left off. So, what are the sort of things you would like to see happen?
I think it'd be great to keep doing more types of, programming throughout the week. Like virtually we've been able to do, where, there's a different show happening on any given night that's not necessarily a Comedysportz match. So I think that would be exciting to know that like the theater is on basically all week. that would provide a lot of opportunities, especially if it's also reaching out to members of, you know, ensemble, minor league and rec league, on, you know, if they have any ideas for any sort of, you know, variety show like we've seen on Twitch, etc. And I think also it'd be really important to keep having a virtual component even when we have a theater space. I think it opens up a lot more opportunities, not only for performances, but also just to reach an even wider audience.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely tell you once we, you know, go back to the live theater, we're keeping the online branch open. So that's a set branch of the theater now, which is great. Currently we're digital only, but hopefully we can head back to the live space sometime soon. In regards to things like you know, we just had our women's weekend. We had some of the workshops in there that were taking place were like based around things like intimacy on stage, and then also just, you know, being able to play closer to self and away from the stereotypes that people expect from woman identifying players. In regards to that world, what are you hoping to see us move towards, both like on stage and policy wise?
I mean, I think it would be nice to have like a what would it be called? Like a working group of different, you know, whether it's rec league, minor league, ensemble, to be able to kind of like find different topics that would be interesting to pursue, such as the intimacy thing, you know, other things like that. So maybe like either a working group or like a little council where it's just we meet and, you know, we kind of like talk together about different things and then present them to the theater and anyone else that would listen.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the street, every freak out singing like your tone. I don't mind even though I lose control. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. So call me whenever, 'cause a night like this, it never gets old. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the street, every freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like. So baby, come and take my hand tonight, and know that everything will be alright when we dance and we fall and we don't care at all. Now we just sing the la 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 la. Sing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like. You give me this energy. It is like you set me free. Chasing highs to stay alive. But if I'm with you, I'll survive. So hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question.
Good evening, loyal fans. Good evening, barn burners. How you doing? My name is Hars. You're on the CSEN network. This is Comedy Sports, but more importantly, this is Comedy Sports Crossover Weekend. What does that mean? We have players from our ensemble, we have players from our minor league, we have players from our rec league, all fused together into one super team, and they're gonna battle it out tonight for your laughter, your love, but most importantly, points. Like I said, this is Comedy Sports. This is comedy played as a sport. We have fans, we have fouls, we have a referee. Yeah, but it is all improvised. What does that mean? It's made up on the spot. It's based on suggestions you throw in the chat. So first of all, I'm going to throw in how we're going to be voting tonight. How are you going to delegate who's winning and who's losing? I just threw up a poll up there in the chat right on top. Go over there. Vote on that poll. That's how we'll be voting all night for these teams that are improvising for you. There's balloons behind me now. It's my birthday. Thank you, Ryan. You're the best. Let's see. Comedy Sports. I talked about voting and polls. It's improvised. It's all improvised. So, like it all says, it's my birthday. So what would be something you'd want to do on your birthday? As a suggestion, throw that in there. Throw in suggestions you'd like to do something, the thing you'd like to do on your birthday. And as always, if you type them out in all caps, that means you're shouting, and I will probably take that suggestion quicker than, the regular capital and in this lowercase letters. So type them in all caps. That means you're shouting. I love it. Let's see. We've got suggestions. We've got voting. Hey, as you're typing those suggestions, let's be cool, right? let's everyone be really, really cool. Let's not type in anything dirty or anything ugly or anything just horrible. In fact, I, an expert in computer, have developed robots that swim around just like those robots on the Matrix in the chat. They swim around and they grab out those hateful, ugly things and they take it out of your chat. They just remove it, right? If that happens the first time, the robots will give you one little warning. If it happens again, those robots will just kick you right out of the chat. I've trained them. They're good robots. They're my friends. I've named them. I'm not going to tell you their names. Let's see. Suggestions, robots in the chat. We've got some great things coming up. Oh, road trip with my dog. I love that. Keep those suggestions coming. Let's see. That's it. We got a referee. I think I got to go get the players from the green room now. So I'm going to go get the players. And Ryan, please roll that beautiful bean footage for me. Loyal fans, we've got an exciting match for you tonight. We've got a team dressed in red. We've got a team dressed in blue. The team in red is your Caramel Apples. Yes, and leading off for the Apples, someone who's allergic to dogs but still loves to cuddle. Can she itch and scratch her way to a win tonight? It's Alba Woodlawn. Boom, boom, boom. Backing up all night long. His limbs are made of noodles, but his heart is solid, solid gold. It's good buddy Dan Cracker. And captain of those apples. He's won best ref 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Can he win a victory tonight for those apples? It's Rob Grabowski. They'll be battling for your laughter, for your love, for those points. Our hometown team, the team dressed in blue, you know them, you love them. It's the downtown Chicago Bosses. And leading off for the Bosses, she rides a motorcycle. The big question is, will she let me ride on the back? It's Robin Kirby. Backing up all night long. Once got in trouble for writing Backstreet Boys fan fiction. Will she get in trouble for winning tonight? It's Elizabeth Olsen. And captain of those Bosses, your favorite, a fan favorite. It's my dear friend of mine. It's Nicole Devin. I'm confused why they all have hammers. I'm very scared. But let's get to your referee for tonight's match. The one, the only, a man who loves gravy as much as I do, Luis Cortez.
Hello, everybody. Yes, it's me, Luis Cortez, ref and local lover of gravy.
Luis.
How are we doing, everybody? Hers, happy birthday, man.
Thank you, Luis. You know, you're right there. And yeah, I'm right there. You know, we haven't been able to do this for a long time. But pick me up. Pick me up.
I'm not picking you up.
Come on. Pick me up.
I don't care if
it's my birthday.
It's
my birthday.
No, I'm not picking you up. Never.
Okay,
it's
fine.
Creepy. It's creepy. No, stop giving me the up arms. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Comedysportz, the crossover weekend. Guess what? It's Saturday night. It's 9:30, which means what? It's time for the Luis Show. I'm Luis. I'm gonna be your ref tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited you're here, and for all of our new people in the chat and in the Twitch channel, welcome. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. All right. So I know I used my announcer voice. But let's see. Do things that we need to go over. So excited that you're here, but without some rules, there's going to be some chaos. So Hars has already essentially explained everything that we're going to be using today. He even went ahead and explained the chatbots that he's got going on in there. Now, keep in mind the chatbots are looking for more for like foul language, bad words, things that you probably shouldn't be saying, things that might make your grandma blush. If you have one of those like classic grandmas. But let's say that what you're saying is maybe a little bit beyond just like foul language or anything like that. Maybe what you're saying might just not be cool. And this goes for both the players and for everybody in the chat. So if what you're saying just kind of isn't cool, I will blow my whistle and call the out of bounds foul. Now with the out of bounds foul, what's going to happen is I'm either going to be taking some points away, I'm either going to be asking the player to leave the game, I'm going to be telling them to maybe sit this one out. We will see what happens. It depends. It might be like yellow card call or red card call. It's totally up to you depending on if you want to get thrown out or not. So keep that in mind with the out of bounds foul, all right? Leave the quirky sassiness for us here. I just need you to throw those awesome suggestions in the chat. Also, guess what? We live on the internet now, which means that sometimes we lose the call. Sometimes we might forget to unmute ourselves. Sometimes we run out of Wi-Fi and you got to add more quarters. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the moment. If that happens to happen, I will call the technical foul. If the technical foul happens, another penalty will be taking place, and it will also be based on exactly what happened in that moment. So you can see we have 2 live fouls now in play, and both of them completely based on what happens in that moment. So do me a favor, I'm going to do my best to call those, but if at any point I miss those, throw those in the chat and we will make sure that justice happens. So those are the 2 fouls that you all need to be aware of, all right? If any more come up, I will let you know because we're always changing this on the fly if need be. So, Hars, what was the best thing you did today?
The best thing I did today was I had a lunch with some dear friends, and I got to hug a very dear friend. We haven't been able to hug for so long. I got to hug that dear friend, and we ate steak, chicken fried steak covered in gravy.
I watched you eat oatmeal. It was a big day for you.
And I had that berry drink.
I know. I saw Hars had fruit today. Yeah, I know. I look at him. He's trying new stuff. It's his birthday. He's like, oatmeal, vegetables, fruit? Who am I? And as the story's going, we had a hype train going. So thank you, Hars, for getting this hype train going with your amazing birthday story. While this hype train is going, I think I've made all the calls that I need to make. I think I've explained everything that I need to explain. And I think it's time to get the show on the road. So do me a favor, everybody. Throw as many 6s and 7s in the chat as you can afford. And let's go ahead and bring up the players. All right, here come my captains. We got Captain Nicole and we got Captain Rob. Captains, how are we feeling today?
Man, I'm pretty good. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, and I'm doing pretty all right. There you go, other way. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just ready to give Hars his birthday spanking.
Oh, fantastic. With a hammer? You know
Well,
what?
you know.
We're from different places. Everyone has
We
their
are.
own their own culture.
We're from
all right.
Wisconsin. We do that there.
Okay, fair enough. I've been there once. I read about it in a book. Okay, so let's see. It's time for the coin toss. Now, no one really uses coins anymore unless they're bit. So let's do this. Why don't we take a second and what is around you, staying on screen the whole time, that you might be able to give Hars as a birthday present?
Ooh.
Go ahead and just anything that might be right around you. Take a second. Remember, staying on screen the whole time. Okay, so I'm going to assume that y'all are good to go. So let's go ahead and let's start with Rob. He's very chill.
Okay. I got some Chips Ahoy cookies.
Oh, okay.
That would wash down that fruit pretty good.
Yeah, I always like to wash down fruit with dry cookies.
Oh.
Nicole?
I have an autographed headshot of Rudy Voigt.
It says YOLO on it.
It does say YOLO. It's not even personalized to me, so I feel like it's transferable.
Okay, so obviously I can't make this call. Hars, what would you prefer, an autographed Rudy, or an unautographed cookie?
Well, I can buy my own cookies, but who could buy a Rudy? Who could buy a Rudy? No one could buy. So I want that Rudy.
All right, fantastic. Then that win goes to Captain Nicole. As our hype train continues, we are now hitting level 4. And thank you, Christine Mortensen, for donating all those subs. All right, so Nicole, you won that round. Although those cookies are nothing to scoff at. Thank you, Captain Rob. What is a game that you would like to start with? Let's go ahead and challenge the Caramel Apples.
I would love to challenge the Caramel Apples to the game of I Want It That Way.
Oh, Caramel Apples, how are we feeling about that?
Yeah, we're in.
Okay, fantastic. This guy, please, Rob, we got a whole show to go.
Hey, man,
All right.
I'm just ramping up, baby.
I know, I see it. So
Wait till I finish this apple.
I want it that way. I'm going to need all the players on the screen. I think that we are all familiar with the song, I Want It That Way. So what's going to happen right now is we're actually going to rhyme this song based off of suggestions that you are going to give us. It won't just be names. It might be words. It might be syllables. I'll see how I feel in the moment. But how is this going to work? Well, first things first, why don't we get those suggestions going in the chat? So do me a favor, and how about let's go ahead and throw one-syllable words that tickle you. And then maybe one-syllable names as well. All right, so let's state an order for this. So here we go. We're going to start like this. We're going to go Nicole, Rob, Elizabeth, Alba, Robin, Dan. All right, fantastic. So that's our order for the first round. Now, how do people get called out? Well, if they fall off the meter, if they repeat something that's already been said, if they do something that's already been done, if they hesitate, if they stutter, if they fall off the meter, which I think I already said, and of course, if I'm just tired and it's time to move this along, I will blow my whistle, call the player off the screen. The last player standing is going to win a whole 5 points for their team. Now, how is the song actually going to go? Well, we're going to break it down. You're about to see how it goes, but it's essentially going to go, first 3 players are going to rhyme once, and then our 4th player is actually going to rhyme 4 times. All right? So you'll see how it works here in just a second. Let's jump right into it as we are coming up on 60% of our level 5 hype train. Thank you, Mark Wilder, for all of those subs. You are the man. Thank you, Christine, as well, for the ones from before. All right, so let's go ahead and get that suggestion. Let's do it. Let's see. Our first suggestion is going to be... There's so many subs coming in that I actually can't find the suggestions.
Stop giving us subs, everybody.
Everyone, please, stop being
just relax. Give us real subs. Hoagies, if you will.
There you go. All right, here we go.
I do love a hoagie.
Who doesn't?
Right?
I mean, it is just a sandwich, right?
How dare you?
Just a sandwich.
All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with tree. The first word's gonna be tree. Here we go. Starting with Nicole. Players, take it away.
I love that tree.
For you, it's free.
And I can't see.
I want it
that way.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but my bum knee.
Tell me why.
My friend's pronoun is he.
Tell me why.
I know that I have to pee. I want it that way.
My favorite insect is a bee.
I really like cheese. That is brie.
If you want it, it's free. I want it that way.
Tell me why.
I already said free. Tell me why.
Yes. You know what, Rob? You don't have to call me out. I call you out.
What? How dare you? How dare
call,
you?
Ref.
This
Good
is
call,
nonsense.
You're nonsense. Get him off my screen like a bee.
Good call, Ref.
All right, so
I'm just
there you
going to
go.
chew loudly
Now-
on my microphone.
No, stop it. Stop it. It's bad enough that you're eating a Granny Smith.
Oh.
Gala all the way, baby. All right, here we go. Let's keep rolling along. Now, for this round, let's see what happens when I listen. Let's go with...
Same.
Thank you. Let's go with, fluff. The word is fluff.
Okay.
Here we go. The word is fluff. Let's see. Since we just took Rob out and Rob was 2, we'll just keep following the... so we'll go Nicole, Alba, Robin, Dan, Elizabeth. Let's do that. Here we go, and begin.
Sometimes I eat fluff. I have a handcuff.
Sometimes you are not enough. I want it that way.
Tell me why.
I feel like I'm so buff.
Tell me why.
But please don't think that I'm gruff.
Tell me why.
Ooh, my chest, it is rough. I want it that way.
The beer on The Simpsons is Duff. You know you are enough.
When I breathe, I huff. I want it that... Oh, no.
Wait a minute. What does that mean?
Huffing and puffing. I don't know.
You know what? That brought up questions, and I don't like to think. Alba off the screen as well.
This is nonsense. Nom nom nom.
Go
Gross.
Rebels.
Gross.
Nom
Gross.
nom nom.
Gross.
Nom.
Rob, stop it, please.
All right. Hars, would you like to pick a word?
Yeah, sure. Sounds great to me. Oh,
While you're looking for it, let me just go ahead and make a new order. We'll go Nicole, Dan, Robin, Elizabeth.
Great. I'm gonna say this because I don't know if it was a suggestion or someone just reacting, but I'm gonna say train. It's my birthday. I can say that.
Oh, well, you say it every day, so it's like every day's your birthday. So here we go. The suggestion is train. We're starting with Nicole. Nicole, take it away.
I ride that train.
It's real good for my brain.
Queen Elizabeth had such a reign. I want it that way.
Tell me why.
This is the refrain.
Tell me why.
I'm gonna sing it again.
Tell me why.
And here we go again.
All right.
She said it different. She said it different.
No. Maybe to you. All right, get her off my
Good
screen.
call,
Hars,
good
get me
call, good
another
call.
word. Here's the new order. Robin, Dan, Nicole. There it is. Hars, what's my word?
Your word right now is, hold on, I was in another section. Ooh, I like this one, Rex.
Rex? Fantastic.
Rex.
Here we go. The word is Rex. Keep in mind, if Dan drops on this one, that's it for the caramel apples. Let's see what happens, starting with Robin. Take it away.
The word is Rex.
Ooh, look at my flex.
Then take out my pecs. I want it that way.
Tell me why.
Robin, that's you.
That would have been you, Robin. That's all. Right. Oh, my, there it is. Get her on the screen. All right.
Let's go.
There you go. Here we go. Final round. Captain Nicole versus Dan. Hars, go ahead and word me up if you'd please. Oh my
Sure.
Word up without even trying.
Well, word up, how about we use the word rap?
Rap indeed, sir. So here we
Word
go.
up.
What we call rap is really just fancy rhyming for us. So here we go. The word is rap. We'll start with Dan. We'll go back and forth. Take it away.
We know how to rap.
This is a scrap.
Look at this rap, 'cause I want it that way.
This
Did
is.
you call it a rap?
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. That was the word.
No, like a wrap. Like a I'm eating a wrap.
Don't correct me! A wrap is just a stolen burrito! The point goes to Nicole!
Yes! I just screwed everything up. I'm so sorry.
Now you're fine! It's good! All we saw was a picture of you!
Oh, that's 5 big points for your Chicago bosses and 0 points for those apples.
Hars, how are you feeling after that round?
I feel good. I feel like I should listen to that song once.
You've never heard that song before?
No.
Ever?
Only this version.
That is a little surprising, because even if you weren't a fan of that band, it was everywhere.
I would just turn it off and
Okay,
throw it in my Gordon Lightfoot mixtape.
Why would you make a mixtape?
Because he's got he's got The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and then he's got Sundown. And then right after Sundown, you can go right back to The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, because that's a great song.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Okay, fair enough. So it's really just The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, you know how we should celebrate that? Why don't we get Nicole up here? Give me the captain of the bosses.
Shoopadoop.
Nicole.
Hello.
How are we feeling after that round?
Good. I'm so sorry I accidentally turned my camera off trying to take off my fancy hat.
That's all right. I think we made it through without any real problem on that end.
Yes,
but
we
hey,
did.
you're currently in the lead, so I'm gonna let you pick your first solo game. What's it gonna be?
We would love to play the game of changing styles.
Changing styles, fantastic. Go ahead and screen your team. For the game of changing styles, right now in the chat, let's see. Why don't we go ahead and throw in? Oh, I know. Throw in a clique in high school. Maybe a clique in high school that you were either a part of or that you looked at from afar. And how about a literary style? So like a western or like a mystery, something in that vein, but not the ones I just said. And finally, what is a genre of movie that you would like to see a little bit more of? So like, like old-timey silent movies or something like that. But not that, because I just said it. So go ahead and throw those into the chat if you would be so kind. And also, Hars, why don't you go ahead and look back on some of the suggestions from the last game and just pick me, just pick me a word. So, now, while if you would be so kind. So while Hars is doing that, here's what's going to happen. The bosses are going to start a scene. Now, this scene is going to be awesome, and it's going to be so great that we're going to replay it a few times. But we're going to replay it to the point where we're actually going to change the genre a little bit. Now, Nicole, would you like to do changing on the fly or changing per style?
Let's just do one big one, and you change it however you want to.
Fantastic. All right, so then, what's going to happen is, as they are doing this scene, I'm going to be changing this along the way. So I will blow my whistle, we'll change the style, and they will pivot in the moment. So let's go ahead and get that word from Hars. Hars, if you would be so kind.
Your suggestion is boat.
Boat. Fantastic. So let's start this scene about a boat and see where you take us. Here we go, bosses. Begin.
The waves are really bad. You guys, I think. Oh, if you're gonna throw up, Sarah, throw up over the side.
Yeah,
Over the
Sarah, I
side.
can't smell throw up because then I will throw up.
Look here, I'm gonna make my way to the front and I'm gonna steady this bad boy out. All right?
A vampire movie.
Because I smell up front some flesh and I would like her to drink the blood. Oh.
Yes, use your weight, Mary, and sink the boat to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, yes. Ah, I flew up to the captain's wheel and now I am steadying the boat.
Oh no, because if I smell blood throw up, then I will blood throw up.
Oh, yes.
A buddy cop movie.
Get that boat. Oh, you're so good.
I'm sorry, your radio cut out, Sarah, but don't you worry. One of you in the back, one of you in the back is gonna go in and get this perp, and I'm gonna drive this boat right on out of here.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't follow the rules.
Oh, I know. Luckily, I'm retiring tomorrow, so what could possibly go wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
Dystopian future.
It's just that it's 2021, and I thought we'd be Guys, I just keep driving this boat around, and there's no land left.
Oh no, we'll have to go before the council that determines, based on personality, what part of the ocean we get to live in.
Oh no, not the council.
A talking pet movie.
Me, I'm hurting.
I don't understand pet, but I really like what you're saying, Sarah.
Yeah, hey, Sarah, next time a bad man who's trying to start a farm for talking animals comes to take you away, we're not gonna let him, okay?
That's right.
I love you both.
A third grade play.
I'm the captain!
I signed up to be the tree. Could please make me the star?
Mom!
I just don't want to ever leave you guys.
It's okay. Come here. I'll here you my hand. It's okay. It's okay.
And the sea, everybody, is under maritime law.
We'll call it right there. Well done, bosses. Oh, all right. Oh, Hars, is there someone behind you?
It's Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He's great.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys were friends.
Yeah, we're friends. We're buddies.
And he's over-
Sundown, you better take care when I find you creeping out my back stairs. It's a great song.
You know all the words to it, and yet you've never heard I Want It That Way. You're a fun
Nope.
guy.
I am.
All right, Hars, you know what I'd love right now? I'd love to see Captain Rob on the screen. Let's do it.
Hey, Rob, come here.
Rob,
You still
how's
working on that apple?
Is that still the same apple?
Yeah, I take my time.
Okay, it's just like you take pretty hearty bites, so I'm surprised.
Well, I put it down for a little bit to look at my phone during that game.
Oh, good. Yeah, instead of watching.
I was watching. I can multitask.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you the business.
Yeah, I can tell this whole show. We're losing already.
Rob, you just saw that awesome game. What game would you like to come back with?
I think the Caramel Apples would like to give us some advice. I'd like to call panel of experts, please.
Ooh, panel of experts, you got it. All right, go ahead and prep your team. Let's screen the team here as well. Now, for the game of panel of experts, let's see. In the chat right now, why don't you throw in? Let's say, how about a nice broad subject that you've always wanted to know a little bit more about? So, like, you know, history, geometry, candy, whatever that might be. Go ahead and throw that in the chat. Candy, it's its own thing. All right, so for the game of panel of experts, Hars, keep an eye out for a good suggestion if you would be so kind. What we're going to do right now is we got 3 experts for you here tonight. They're amazing, they're wonderful, and they're going to be answering your questions about anything that you might have been wanting to ask. It doesn't even necessarily need to be about their expertise. But right now, let's find out what that expertise is going to be. Hars, if you would be so kind.
Oh, yes. I really like this one. It's styles of leadership.
So leadership styles is your suggestion.
Leadership
Do with that
styles.
what you will. Fantastic. So now that we have our subject in the chat right now, you're about to be able to ask experts in leadership styles any question that you may want. So go ahead and start throwing those questions in the chat. They can either be about specific leadership styles or just a question that you've always wanted to ask someone who's an expert in that. But whatever it may be, throw them in the chat. We're going to get those answered tonight. Now, I do believe our experts are good to go. Are we good to go, experts? Fantastic. All right, so why don't we start on the upper left-hand corner. Let's first meet our experts, then we'll throw some questions at them.
Yeah, hello. My name is Safety Steve, and I'm here to teach you how to lead yourself through the world safely.
Well, thank you, Safety Steve. Did I get that right, Safety Steve?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Safety Steve.
Keeping
and
it
yes,
safe.
Top right.
Hello, my name is Amaretta, and I'm going to show you the leadership style of creating your own friends.
Creating your own friends.
From household objects.
To lead.
Lead.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Was it Amaretta?
Yes, Amaretta.
Thank you, Amaretta. And finally?
Hi. My name is George Hildebrandt, and I'm going to teach you the lessons of keeping it together.
Okay, George Hildebrandt, you said?
Yes, George Hildebrandt.
Yes, George Hildebrandt, and he's going to be talking about how to keep it together. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start with a question. Let me look and see. We got some really good stuff in here, but let's go ahead and start with. That's a fantastic start right here. How does someone learn a new skill? How do I pick up a new skill? Is really the question. Why don't we go ahead and start with Safety Steve?
Oh, the best way to pick up a new skill is to learn everything you can about it so you know what dangers could affect you during the learning of that skill. Do you have to cut wood? Make sure to get big metal gloves. Are you trying to swim? Make sure to get one of them rubber suits with like the duck on it. Are you fighting bears? Don't! That's extremely unsafe!
Thank you, Safety Steve.
Stay safe.
All right, let's go to Amaretta.
Well, the best way to learn a new skill is to just go for it. You might be afraid. What if it comes out ugly? What if my new skill I'm not skillful at to begin with? Don't worry, just try. Isn't that right? Yes, that's right. Just do it.
Okay, thank you, Amaretta. And finally, George H.
Yeah, when I'm trying to, when I'm trying to really get it together, I think about the first thing that I gotta do. It's just get out the door. If you can do that, you'll be far in life. I'm gonna need.
Okay.
Oh, George, you okay, man?
I'm eating a lot of M&Ms. That calms me down. And these are really. I put some soy sauce on them.
Oh, that is not safe.
Why? No. Stop.
I was told.
That is not safe, bro.
To get myself calmer. Soy sauce M&Ms.
Not
They're
safe.
really high.
We'll talk about that later. All right, let's keep rolling along. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hey, is it better to be feared or loved? Why don't we go backwards this time? And let's go ahead and start with George.
Loved. Whoa.
Okay. All right. Nice and quick. Thank you, George. Let's go ahead, Amaretta.
Most people are afraid of me, and I'm doing just fine.
Okay. Thank you. And Safety Steve.
Oh my goodness, it's better to just be neutral, because if people fear you, they'll stay away, which is the safest way to survive. But if people love you, you can put them in danger with your love, and you want to stay safe. So I recommend building a tower, living on top of that tower, and never coming down or out. Stay safe.
Thank you, Safety Steve. What is the best way to eat on a cruise ship buffet? So life is opening up and cruise ships are setting sail. What's the best way to eat at a buffet on a cruise ship? Let's start with Amaretta.
You reserve one little table for you and all of your all of your little friends, and you sit next to them and yourself in between, and then you can eat 3 times the food without judgment.
Awesome! It is great. Hey, let's go with Mr. Hildebrand.
Yeah, when I'm faced with a buffet, I tend to soy sauce is my key for everything. I moved on to carrots, so I put a little soy sauce on the carrot. And then I munch down on it, and it really gives it.
You might just be allergic to soy sauce, man.
Yeah, my tongue is going white. You know?
Okay. Well,
I'm having all kinds of things.
Maybe give it a break for 5 minutes and see how you feel. In the meantime, let's go to Safety Steve.
Oh, what was the question again?
What's the best way to eat on a cruise ship buffet?
Right. I have some experience with this. Here's the best way to do it. Wash your hands constantly. Do use the tongs. Do use everything they provide you. People are disgusting. Use napkins. Wash your hands. Stay safe.
Oh. He's right. He's right.
He's right.
Gross.
Yeah, me and Gordon says, yep.
What would Gordon say about that?
He'd say, sundown, you better take care when I find you creeping up my back stairs.
Why is he dancing? No! Okay, alright, Hars, I believe it's time to vote.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
Get out of here, Gordon. We don't have time for you. Don't. Just don't. Alright, so everyone, it is time to vote. You just saw 2 amazing games from 2 amazing teams. So we had our Caramel Apples versus our downtown Chicago bosses. Now, Hars is creating that poll right now, which I believe he just went ahead and threw up there. So there you go. Very quick and clever.
Oh, the blue took off to a very early lead and just skyrocketed there. It looks like it's holding pretty strong. We got a lot of Boss fans. It's shrinking, but not as much as it probably should as this poll continues to go. It is a great. Oh, now it's going. Now it's going. Those hammers, they're trying to hammer out a win. It looks like a tie now. Luis.
Yes?
They're using those channel points like crazy.
They are very much using those channel points. Remember, if you're here for the first time, you can vote multiple times. If you've only voted once, keep voting. There's still time on that clock. Use those channel points. I have 67.7 thousand channel points, and I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them, since I'm not allowed to vote right now. So use those points. Use them. You can't take them with you. You can only use them here. It's like Disney dollars, except you can use them. All right, so there it is. Time's up. At 50%, 340 points to 343 points, and that goes to our Caramel Apples. And thank you to Mark Wilder for contributing 193 channel points.
Woo, Mark, woo!
Only 130,000 to go. Hars, what does that make our score, birthday boy?
Our score is all tied up 5-5. You know, some would say, I gotta keep my barn out of here.
Oh yeah, why?
I don't want to get it burnt down.
Yeah, there it is. That's not how barns work, but okay. Okay, let's go ahead.
Luis, I was born on a farm. That's pretty much how barns work.
That's a weak argument. All right, let's go ahead and give me the captains on the screen. And that's coming from a city boy.
Yeah.
Mexico City, the 3rd largest city in the world.
Whatever.
Captains, welcome back. How we feeling?
Pretty
Feel strong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can feel that rivalry growing.
Points.
We're all tied
there
up.
it is.
I'm not scared.
So tell you what, Rob, you just won that last round, so I'm gonna let you challenge Nicole to a head-to-head. What's it gonna be?
Nicole? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Nicole?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Rob?
You.
Yeah?
Game of Southern Lawyer.
Ooh. I accept the game of Southern Lawyer.
Oh,
Rob.
no.
Fantastic. Let's set up for the game of Southern Lawyer.
Shame.
And what is Mark Wilder? You're at 143.3K. Okay, I wasn't that far off. I figured you'd be somewhere in there.
Yep.
I always just remember Mark Wilder has about twice as many channel points as I do. Oh, excuse me. All right, so, hey, guess what? We're going to play the game of Southern Lawyer. So right now in the chat, do me a favor. What I would like to see is what is something that you think Hars collects aside from, like, train stuff and Mountain Dew stuff? What are other stuff that Hars might collect? Go ahead and throw those in there. And also, and it's just something that's just in a random box in your house. It's in the box. I know it's in there, but I haven't seen it in a while. Just throw all that in there as well, and go crazy. Now, game of Southern Lawyer. All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're gonna get some clients, but we're down in the South, and those it's powerful hot. And our lawyers are essentially, they're going to defend their clients. So with the amazing suggestions that you give us, let's say that you give us a suggestion of I don't know, let's say bananas. They might say something like, Your Honor, my client, the banana, is innocent. In fact, he gave nobody the slip. There you go. Now, that's the bar. I have set it very high. Your goal, try and hit it. All right. And I'm going to call you one at a time. I'll just call you out so I have one ready to go. Hars, why don't you throw out our first suggestion if you would be so kind, birthday boy?
Sure. Your first suggestion is buttons.
Buttons.
Just buttons.
Buttons. Take a second.
Buttons.
Consider buttons. And Elizabeth.
Y'all of the jury, my client could not possibly have committed this. My client, the button, he is much too uptight.
Boom! Let's go with Alba.
Oh, no.
Oh! Alba! Technical foul right there. We'll come back to that, but in the meantime, go.
Oh, Your Honor, my client, the buttons, couldn't have done it because the button snapped.
Boom! Let's go with Nicole.
Distinguished members of the jury, clearly my client, the button, is not guilty, for he was not found in the hole.
Boom! Rob.
Oh, Your Honor, may I smoke? Thank you. Your Honor, clearly my defendant, the button, is not guilty, for you see, there were several others attached to inside the pocket. It was not a one-button job.
Robin.
Oh, Your Honor, my client, the button, could not have committed that crime on account of he's not attached to anything bad.
Dan.
People of the jury, my client, the button, couldn't have caused the crime. He didn't know how to thread the needle, you know?
Boom! Let's change it up to board games. The suggestion is now board games. Boo, boo, boo. Think for a second. Alba.
Your Honor, my client, the board game, could not have done this at all because the prosecution has a monopoly.
Nicole.
Distinguished members of the jury, my client could not have committed this crime. How he is up for prosecution, I haven't a clue.
Dan.
People of the jury, my client, board games, they couldn't have done the crime. Why, it was a Catone crime that they committed.
What? Rob!
Oh, Your Honor, my client, the board games, couldn't have possibly committed these horrific crimes. You see, Your Honor, I don't want to break the ice, but by all means, this is a bit of a boggle.
Robin.
Your Honor, my client, the board game, could not have committed that crime. He was simply in a mousetrap.
Elizabeth.
Your Honor, my My client, the board game, could not have possibly done this. He has an airtight alibi. Check of the tape.
All right, let's switch it up. Let's say coins. Suggestion is now coins. Here we go. And Nicole.
Distinguished members of the jury, my client is clearly innocent, Coins. That's right, clearly innocent of the crime, for he was in his quarters the whole time.
Dan.
Oh, people of the jury. My client, Coins, could not have done it. Why, it would have been a drop in the dime bucket if he had.
Robin.
Oh, Your Honor, my client, the coin, could not have committed that crime. He was at home at 9:15.
Rob.
Oh, no. Your Honor! My client, the coin. Can I smoke in here? Your Honor, my client, the coin, couldn't have possibly committed these crimes because he was rolled up into laundry chain.
Elizabeth.
Y'all of the jury, my client, the coin, could not have possibly committed this. He is a victim of the nickel whims of fate.
Alba.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I tell you this, if you convict my client, the coin, it will be a penny dreadful.
Ooh.
There it is! That's time! That is, what do we got there? We got a train, we got Gordon Lightfoot. What is that?
I think this is that oatmeal?
No. I don't think it is.
I had oatmeal today.
Yeah, but that doesn't... Okay.
That's what it looked like.
All right. So, Hars, we need to get we have a poll already going. We got a poll going. So if you haven't voted, go ahead and vote now. Who did the best in that game? Who was our better defender? Now, yes, thank you, Nicole. All right. So let's go ahead and get this voting done first. Please go ahead, use those channel points. Get that voting going. Do. You got thousands upon hundreds of points, and you can't use them anywhere else but here, because that's how Twitch designed it.
Hey, Luis.
Yes, Hart.
I'm wearing a Comedysportz shirt. You know where I got this shirt?
Tell me about it.
I got this shirt at our merch store.
And
you
how
can
do
go
we
there
get
too
that?
and get a Comedysportz shirt.
And how do we get to our merch store?
I'm gonna put some in the thing right now to take you there.
Thank you very much, Hars. As you can see, Hars has just thrown the link to our merch store. Go ahead and check it out. We got a lot of great shirts in there. We got shower curtains. We got everything. Check it out. Please be so kind and support the theater. Now, the score has been tabulated with a score of 226 to 316. It is 5 points to the bosses. Once again, thank you, Mark Wilder, for contributing 178 channel points and bringing our score to bosses 10, Caramel Apples. Thank. All right, Hars, guess what? The score is 10-5. It is 10-20, which means it's time to challenge both teams to the game of 6 things. Indeed. Now, captains, it's time for 6 things. Everybody's favorite game. Who is going to be guessing for your teams?
Well, your refship, for our team, it will be Elizabeth. And I don't want to point anything out that you don't already know.
You know what? You're right. I totally forgot to do the technical foul. You're correct. I'm sorry. I even mentioned it. I've even thanked you for pointing it out. So let's just say, tell you what. Let's take a point away from the apples. Let's take a point away from the apples. Now the score standing at 10-4. Totally fair. Totally great call. Thank you. Thank you, Luis, for making that call. All right. So now, you said Elizabeth was going to be guessing for the bosses. And who's going to be guessing for the apples?
I like to point out Nicole's a tattletale. We're going to send out Alba.
I live by the rules, Rob. I live by the rules.
That's what a tattletale would say. Alba's going to guess for the apples. And we're proud of her.
All right. So we sent out Alva and we sent out Elizabeth. They have gone out into our soundproof space. So that means they've taken their buds out. They've muted their computers. They can't hear or see anything that is about to go on. So now, what's going to happen is let's go ahead and get those things up on the screen there. And Hars, what is the first thing, if you would be so kind?
The very first thing is wash a dog, Luis. Wash a dog.
Fantastic. So here's what's going to happen for the game of 6 things. I'm going to need a lot of suggestions from all of you. So right now in the chat, as we fill out these 6 things, now we're going to be washing a dog. So let's start with this. What would you say is, what is a hobby that Hars would never do? That is just that's not a Hars hobby. Not a thing for Hars. Stay away from it. And then think of your favorite hero. Whether it be from a movie or a TV show, a book, just think of your favorite hero or heroine, heroic person, let's say.
Like Gordon Lightfoot.
Yes, like that. Now, think of someone they might know and throw that person into the chat. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking these things that you see on your screen there. We're going to be replacing a couple of things within the category itself just to make it just a bit harder. For example, we're going to be washing this dog, but let's say that this dog is a Wonder Woman. The dog is actually Wonder Woman, and then let's say that the leash are going to be let's see. Oh, this is I like this. The leash is canned fruit.
Ugh.
It's just fruit in a can.
That doesn't
what was it that bugged you? The fruit part?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All right, Hars, why don't you take the next one?
Okay, our next activity is walking on the beach. Loyal fans in the chat, give me your go-to meal. The meal that when you go out, that's the meal you want to have, or if you're gonna make it at home, give me your go-to meal. Also, give me something that's blue. Anything in the world that's just blue. If you think of it, it is blue. Awesome. Great. Luis, the beach, the sand is a chili dog.
Oh.
The sand is a chili dog, and you're walking on the beach. Let's see, with hold on. Oh, 1 second, because there's so much coming through. Oh, you're walking on with old lady hair.
Old lady hair?
That's blue.
Oh, okay. So it's like
yeah.
So is it blue hair or is it old lady hair?
Blue hair. We'll go blue hair.
Okay, blue hair. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're walking on blue hair.
No, you're walking with blue hair.
Oh, you're walking with blue hair. Right.
Yeah, on a chili dog.
Sounded ridiculous. Thank you for correcting me. All right. So let's go ahead and mow the grass. All right. So what would you say is who's someone from history, popular culture that you think I can't stand? And then what is a B or C list national monument or roadside attraction? Remember, I said B or C list. So if you put Washington Monument. All right. So let's see. Let's go ahead, mow the grass. But the grass itself is going to be. The grass is the Alamo. I do hate the Alamo. In your face. And then let's say the grass is the Alamo, and the lawnmower. No, let's say you are wearing. Oh, you are wearing. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, you're wearing Gwyneth Paltrow.
Excellent. All right.
That went places. Here we go, Hars. Take it away.
Our fourth activity is boxing a kangaroo. Boxing.
not putting a kangaroo in a box, but boxing a kangaroo. For that, let me have a band that you know, that you own their entire collection of albums. Let me have that band. You own everything they've ever recorded. Throw that in the chat for me. Also, throw in something that you're really excited to be using this summer. Something you're really excited to be using this summer. Great. Luis, the Kangaroo is the band the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh.
Yep. And and your gloves are a boom box. A boom box.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. What's going to happen right now? We're going to move into things 5 and 6. Now, 5 and 6 are going to be harder than the first 4, which is why we're going to double the points for those. So when I ask you for these suggestions, see if you can kind of kick them up a notch, since we do want to make these a little bit harder. So let's say we're going to be visiting an aquarium. So let's see. What's something that you could purchase that's between $50 and $75, and then let's see. Who's a celebrity that you think I look like? That's not John Cryer. And remember, I'm a human with feelings. Don't do that. All right, so here we go. Let's visit that aquarium. And let's see. You're visiting that aquarium with, oh boy, this is hard, and I will give extra points for this one. You're visiting an aquarium with a young Edward James Olmos.
Ooh.
Damn, that is tough. I will so give extra points for that one.
How many extra points, Luis?
Tell you what, I will give, I'll give 4 extra points for that one.
Excellent.
And see if you can get something just as a extra pointy for that 6th one. So you're visiting the aquarium with a young Edward James Olmos, and then let's say the building that the aquarium itself is in is a toaster oven.
Is a toaster oven.
Yes.
Excellent. Alrighty. It looks like our stage manager added a few things here. So we're riding a train with me. We're riding a train with Hars. How about this? In the chat, throw in something a doctor always has on them. Throw in something a doctor always has on them. Also, throw in a really specific, how about this? A very specific landmark that's not in the United States. A landmark that's not in the United States. Perfect. Excellent. Ooh. So the train itself is made of a rubber glove. And ooh, I like this one. And you're on your way to a cafe in Paris. And that'll be worth 4 extra bonus points. But they have to say cafe in Paris.
So say that phrase in that way. So if they say like a Parisian cafe, you won't count that.
I don't know what Parisian means.
It just means something in Paris.
Oh.
Yes?
I'm going to... You're the ref. Don't look at me.
Okay. Great. That went well. I love our interactions. All right. So, so repeat those one more time, Hars, for number 6.
Number 6 is you're riding a train with me. The train itself is rubber gloves, and we're headed to a cafe in Paris.
Fantastic. Thank you, Hars. All right, so those are our 6 things that we're going to be using for this round. Now, here's how this is going to work. As you can see, each of the teams is going to have 3 things each. The blue team will take the odds, the red team will take the even. So blue team, you're 1, 3, and 5. Blue team, red team, you're 2, 4, and 6. I got it right. All right, so how is this going to work? Well, each each team, as you can see, has their guesser. Now, their guessers are going to have 90 seconds to pick up on all the clues that their teammates are throwing at them. Where's the hitch on this? They won't be able to use any actual words. They have to use mime and gibberish. Mime, of course, being the art of being stuck in this box. Gibberish being a nonsensical made-up language on the spot. Don't try to decipher it. It doesn't mean anything. Now, they're going to be communicating all of these clues with mime and gibberish. You'll have 90 seconds to discover what they are. But don't relax too much, because right over your shoulder, you're going to have the other team watching and waiting. If you cannot get it within those first 90 seconds, the other team is going to have an opportunity to steal, which means that each team has the opportunity to get up to 40 points in this round. Now remember, things 1 and 4 are going to be worth 5 points. 5 and 6 are going to double, and we'll make it 10 for each. All right, I believe that is everything that you all need to know. We already have 90 seconds on the clock, and I believe that we are ready to go. So, players, we're going to start with number 1. Breath. Focus. You got this. Let's have a good time. 90 seconds begins now.
Somebody go. Somebody go. Somebody go. Flunka. Somebody go. Flunka taki siga hosaba. Somebody go. Splooshy, squishy, squashy, sugar. Somebody go flunka.
One minute, players, 1 minute.
Somebody go floopa.
30 seconds, players, 30 seconds.
Clink, 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 whack. Somebody go tick, tick, tick. Floop, bloop, bloop, bloop. Bonka. Somebody get some.
All right, that is time. Oh, that's not time, I'm sorry. But that's time for this.
17 seconds left. 18 seconds left. 18 seconds left, players.
18 seconds left. All right, take a guess. What are you doing?
I am washing a dog. The dog is Wonder Woman, and the leash is canned fruit.
That's right. Yes! Well done. 5 points. Good guess. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and set up number 2. Here comes thing number 2. All right, so we're switching over to the caramel apples, and you're gonna have 90 seconds for this. Once again, take a breath, relax, focus. You got this. Here we go. Begin.
Ooh, splooshy, splooshy. Oh, see, see,
Scabba-da-ba-ba, scabba-da-ba-ba-ba, scabba-da-ba-ba-ba, scabba-da-ba-ba, fa, scabba-da, scabba-da-ba-ba-ba, scabba-ba, bark, 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 scabba-da-ba-ba, yum. Yeah, scabba-da-ba-ba, scabba-da-ba-ba-ba, bark, 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 scabba-da-ba,
Scabba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, skibba-da-ba, scabba-da-ba-ba,
scabba-da, see,
see,
30
seconds, players. 30 seconds, players. Seconds. 10. 5, 4.
All right, we'll stop right there.
6 seconds left.
All right, 6 seconds left. Go ahead and take a guess.
I'm going for a walk on the beach for Memorial Day. But the hot dog I'm eating is a real dog. And And my lounge chair is made out of hair.
Okay. Everything but, like, you got walking on the beach, spot on. Everything else is a little wrong. All right? But you got 6 seconds to fix it, which may or may not be plenty of time. Let's find out. Here we go.
Okay.
Begin! That is time. Time is up. Your 6 seconds is gone. Tell me.
My shoes. I'm walking on the beach, but my shoes are made out of hot dogs. My shirt is made out of hair.
Okay.
She got it. Yeah. Points.
But here we go. So Elizabeth, take a guess.
Okay, I am walking on the beach. The beach is a hot dog, and the beach location is old hair.
Oh, okay. Both close. You were walking on the beach. The sand was a chili dog, and you were with blue hair.
Oh, I hear
it. Although I will remind the players, no props. No props. Save that for Carrot Top, all right? So, here we go. We are moving on to thing number 3. So let's get Elizabeth back up on the screen. You're going to have 90 seconds. Remember, Elizabeth, you have got Alba over your shoulder watching, so focus up, but don't forget that she's there. Here we go. 90 seconds begins now.
Yeah.
Sabagi floka shabatika sabaga sabaga zaba 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 shabaga zaba
1 minute.
1 minute.
Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Keep going. I apologize. I thought you were calling it.
Seconds, players. 30 seconds.
Okay, you have 30 seconds left. I apologize for that whistle blow. That was on me. So, let's go ahead and take a guess. Elizabeth, what do you think you're doing?
I am mowing the lawn.
Yes.
The grass is the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And my clothes are Steve Carell as the voice of Gru in Minions.
Right, that is true. The answer is wrong, but Steve Carell was the voice of Gru. So, here's the deal. You are mowing the grass, but you have to fix everything else. But you have, I believe it was, 27 seconds, I believe?
30 seconds, Luis.
You have 30 full seconds. Great. You have 30 seconds to fix all of that, which I think is plenty of time. So here we go. 30 seconds begins now.
somebody got flunka bunka shinka shong somebody got flunka nam asmaga is der fnuke think for shit somebody
10 seconds left, players. 10 seconds.
somebody somebody flunka is der fnuke
4 2 1
All right, that's it. This time is officially up. So, Elizabeth, final guess on this one. What are you doing?
I am mowing the grass. But I am not mowing grass. I am mowing a cowboy or girl. Girls can be cowboys too. And I am not wearing clothes. I am wearing Jim Henson.
Okay! No! You're still mowing the grass. You're still mowing mowing the grass. Everything else is still a little off, and not that little. But here we go. Alva, it is your chance to take a guess.
Okay, I am mowing the grass, but the grass is the state of tech. Wait, we said that already. But the grass is a 10-gallon hat. And the lawnmower, and my clothes are Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. I almost had a moment of like, what were you watching? All right, here we go. You were mowing the grass. And I also love that you went from a state of Texas. No. 10-gallon hat. You were mowing the grass. The grass itself was the Alamo. And you are wearing Gwyneth Paltrow. That was a tough one. Really well done on that one. Both the clue givers and the guessers. Gwyneth Paltrow's a tough one. Both has a clue and sometimes as a person. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4. Let's do number 4. So here we go. Let's bring number 4 back up on the screen. It is time for, here we go, Alba's coming back up, which means the caramel apples are going to have 90 seconds. Alba, take a breath, focus up. You got this. Don't forget, Elizabeth's right over that shoulder, looking to steal those points. So, let's see if you can stop her. Here we go. 90 seconds begins now.
Scabba-da-ba-ba-ba, kunk, scabba-da-ba, boom, boom, boom. Scabba-da-ba, scabba-da-ba, fa-ba-ba. Yeah. Scabba-da-ba, fa-ba-da-ba, scabba-ba-ba, fwa, scabba-da-ba, foom, 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 scabba-da-ba. Yeah, scabba-da-ba, fa-boom, fa-boom, fa-boom. Yeah, scabba-da-ba, scabba-da-ba. Yeah, scabba-da-ba. Scabba-da-ba.
Scabba-da, scabba-da-boom, boom-da-boom, 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 whoop, fwa, hop, scabba-da, whoop, 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 whoop. It bad, scabba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, skibidi-bidi-ba-gibidi-ba-sida, sabba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, sibidi-bidi-ba-slibidi-ba-da-ba-da, sabba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba, sibidi-ba-da-ba-da, sabba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Scabba-da-ba, fa-boom, fa-boom, scabba-da-ba-ba, foom, foom, scabba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, scabba-da-ba-ba, oh, squeak, squeak. Scabba-da-ba-ba,
30 seconds left, players, 30 seconds.
Foom, foom, scabba, snap. Scabba-da-ba, snap, scabba, oh, yeah, scabba-da-ba, yeah, scabba-da-ba, yeah, scabba-da-ba, scabba.
All right. Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
16 seconds left. 16 seconds left.
Great. 16 seconds left. Thank you. I got distracted for a second. Alba, hit me with it.
Well, I'm boxing on a pogo stick, but the pogo stick is made out of a telescope. Or like the thing that pirates use, you know, when they're going to a telescope. And my boxing gloves are surgeon's gloves.
Okay, usually those are viewing glasses, but a telescope works. No, they're not. They're not. We have to fix a couple things. Especially, everything is just a little wrong. So you still have. I'm sorry, Harsh. What was the time?
16 seconds.
16 seconds. Great. 16 seconds. You have an unsure 16 seconds. So here we go. 16 seconds. You have to clean it up. Begins now.
Scabba-dabba, skibba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-ba, ba, 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 boom.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Ziba, ba,
Scabba-dabba, 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 ba-ba-ba.
3,
skibba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, scabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba, ba-da-ba-da.
There it is. It's over. It's done. The time for clue number 4 has passed us. It's time for answers. Alba?
Okay, I am boxing a kangaroo. And the kangaroo has a looking is a rock star. The kangaroo is a rock star. And my hands are made out of gloves.
To her! Give it to her!
Alright, Alba, great fixes. You were boxing a kangaroo. Everything else was incorrect, but you guessed what you saw in those fantastic guesses. Well done. But let's go ahead to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, what is your guess on this one? What are you doing?
So I am boxing a kangaroo.
You are.
However, the kangaroo is international rock sensation BNL, Bare Naked Ladies.
Correct.
And my gloves are surgeons.
Okay, so you were boxing a kangaroo. The roo itself were the Bare Naked Ladies, and the gloves was a boombox.
Oh, that's on me. I messed that one up.
That's
on me.
Rob.
That's on me.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Rob. I actually had a moment of, what's he doing?
I should have said something. Can I be honest? I read the wrong thing. Let's move on.
And that's super okay. It just is like, I want to correct him, but
never correct me. I'm always perfect.
I also
Let's
want to
move
see
on.
where this goes. All right, so after that round, the score currently stands at Bosses 15, Caramel Apples 4. But we're moving into things 5 and 6, so we're going to double these points. So it's going to get a little trickier. And I will also give you this. Each of these next 2 things has a clue in it that is worth 4 extra points, which means that each of these things can be worth up to 14 points, meaning there are still 28 points up for grabs. All right?
And Luis.
Latino! Let's do this. Yes, Hart.
Luis, we may or may have not seen one of those clues already.
Yeah, so, remember things. Here we go. All right, so we're moving on to thing number 5. We are back on the bosses. Elizabeth, here you go. You have 90 seconds. Don't forget who's right over that shoulder. Let's do this. Begin.
Somebody get flonka bunkasi. Somebody get flunk. Wasa. Somebody get flonka. Basaka. Bloop. Ting 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 ting. Somebody get Sabagi. Flonka bunka. Kasaba. Chicka chicka. Sabagi. Hisaba. Sabagi. Shabagi, flonka bunka, tika.
1 minute, players. 1 minute.
Shabagi, flonka bunka, tika tanka. Shabagi,
30 seconds, players. 30 seconds.
Flonka, brigalaga, flonka bunka, shinka, bonk, 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 bonk. Shabagi, just about, ting, ting, ting. Shabagi, stiga. Shabagi, ever flonk. Shabagi, ting, 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 ting. Shabagi.
All right. Time is up. You have 12 seconds left. So, what are you doing?
I am visiting an aquarium.
Yes!
The ticket taker is not a ticket taker, is Devil's Angels, Hell's Angels person, a person of Hell's Angels, and then we are at a toaster.
Okay, tell you what, you are visiting an aquarium. You have to fix the person that's there, and I will say this because you have a little bit of time. If you can get a little bit more specific on that last one.
Got it. Okay.
Hold on. I need to log into Twitch to see what I need to fix then.
I will send it to you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Yeah, so actually, let's do this. Okay, so here we go. Let me just real quickly. You got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay. I realized I was gonna send it to you in the other chat, and then I went, I can't because we're all just a dot.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. She got it. You got 12 seconds. 12 seconds starts now.
Somebody flonk ting ting. Somebody flonkada. Somebody got sabada. What somebody flonka? Somebody flonka.
3, 2, 1. That is time. No more time.
All right, time is up. Time is up. Time is up. Time is up. All right, Elizabeth, time is
She
up.
got
This
it.
is it. For 14 points.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I am visiting an aquarium.
Yes.
The docent tour guide is a member of Hell's Angels, and the aquarium is in a toaster.
Okay, so closer, but still not 100% correct. So we're gonna give Alba an opportunity to steal. Alba, what are you doing?
I am visiting an aquarium, but the ticket taker is Mad Max, is the movie Mad Max. And the aquarium is in a toaster oven.
Okay, so good cleanup there. Yes, you were visiting an aquarium, and yes, the aquarium itself is inside of a toaster oven, but you were with a young Edward James Olmos. That was
Rolls
the tough
off the
one.
tongue. Just
That-
rolls
yeah,
off the tongue.
I mean, there's so much there. That I would have given you my house had you gotten that one. That is a tough one. If you're not sure who that is, go look it up. He is.
Watch Battlestar Galactica, people.
He was on Miami Vice too.
He's our Robert De Niro. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the final one. Here we go. We have got 14 points still on the line. This is the last one, so have your wits about you, because here we go. Begin.
Skabba-ba-ba-ba. Skibba-ba! Skabba-ba! 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 Yeah, skabba-ba-ba! No, skabba-ba-ba-ba! 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 Yeah, skabba-ba! Skabba-ba! Ba-ba-ba-ba! Yeah, skabba-ba! Skabba-ba-ba!
Oh, Sibra-ba, Sibra-ba. Oh, Sabara, Sikaba, Pip. Ah, Sibra-ba, Pip. Ah, Sibra, Wapa. Ah, Sibra-ba, Pip.
Skabba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Skabba-ba-ba-ba! Skabba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Skabba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Skibba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Oh, skabba! Oh, wee, ho, skabba! Skabba! Oh, skabba-ba! Oh, skibba-ba-ba! Oh, skibba-ba! Oh, skibba-ba-ba! Oh, skibba-ba-ba-ba! Oh, skibba-ba-ba-ba! Oh, skabba-ba! Oh, fa-ba! Skabba-ba! Skibba-ba! Fa-ba-ba! Skabba-ba! Skabba-ba-ba!
There's 30 seconds.
All right, time is up. Oh, not time's not
Nope.
up. Just we're stopping there. Why do I keep doing that? All right. So you have, I believe, 27 seconds left. You have 27
Yes.
seconds left. So, Abba, what are you doing?
I am conducting a train. And obviously the train is made out of a surgeon, and the train tracks are made out of French people.
For sure.
Wow.
You got it. Yeah.
All right.
That's
So everything has to get just a little bit more specific, but you still have 27 seconds to correct it. So here we go. 27 seconds begins now.
Skabba-ba-ba! Skabba-ba! Fa-ba-ba! Skabba-ba! Fa-ba-da-ba-ba! Oh, skabba-ba-ba-ba! Boom! Yeah, skabba-ba! Yeah, skabba-ba! Yeah, skabba-ba! Fa-ba!
Skabba-ba-ba. Fra, Sibra-ba-da-ba-da, Sibata.
10 seconds, players. 10 seconds.
Daba, di, oh.
5,
Ba-da-ba,
4,
ba-ba-ba.
3,
Fa-ba-ba! Oh! Ah,
Two.
skibba-ba-ba! Ah, skibba-ba-ba!
That is time. That is time.
Got it.
All
Got
right. Everybody, that is time. We have completely run out of time, and we are here for our final guest. But real quickly, before we do that, I just want to take a second to thank everybody out there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for playing tonight. And that's just, of course, for the audience, but thank you for coming in and checking these crossover weekends. Not only does it give us an opportunity to show you our up-and-comers, but also it gives us an opportunity to play with people that we really haven't gotten to play with before, or obviously in a really, really long time. So thank you so much. This is fun, obviously, for us, but hopefully it's been a real good time for you. And we will be doing so many more of these events, so please keep your eye on our Twitch channel and our website, because we would love to have you there, and hopefully one day back in the theater. But for now, this is amazing. Now, Alba, that's it. Your time is up. This is your final guess.
I got it.
14 points and the game. What are you doing?
I got it. I'm riding on a train. I'm a passenger on a train. The train is made out of a latex glove, and the train tracks are made out of a French cafe.
She got it! She got it!
That's it! We won! Rob, we won!
Team!
You did!
That's right.
Shut up! All right. So, we need to get a little bit more specific, especially with the last thing. So, Elizabeth, for the steal, what are you doing?
I am riding a train.
Yes.
The train itself are surgical latex gloves.
Yes.
And I'm going to Paris, France.
Oh, so freakingly close. You were riding a train, and the train itself was rubber gloves, and you were riding a train to a cafe in Paris. So technically, both of you got it spot on as one. Fantastic guesses tonight, but unfortunately I can't award you points for that one, which means that our score for tonight is Bosses 15, Caramel Apples 4. Meaning that the Bosses is the winners tonight.
That is right, loyal fans, barn burners. What a great weekend. Crossover match. Congratulations to all our players this weekend. But for this match, we had our red team as Alba, Dan, and Rob. Those championship bosses in blue were Robin, Elizabeth, and and Nicole. This has been a long day. I got another show. In fact, right after this, subscriber-only content is here for a next show. I'll be there. Let's welcome back Luis Cortez with a big hi there, Luis. He was our ref today. Ryan Ford was in the booth making all the computer compute. Thank you, loyal fans. We'll see you at subscriber only in just a few minutes of time. Good night.
I'm Olsen.
I'm Olsen.
I'm Olsen.
I'm Edward James Olsen.